Yo. I guess everything's the same as normal Slayer on this map, right? Okay, cool. Oh no, I was playing out like the power weapon. We just got camo though. Didn't want to snipe this. And that's dumb. We lost a guy. 6.
Alright. He's running top center right now. I'm on it. He's on it. He's on it. Oh my god, he got the whole thing. What's that closer still?
two in Plaza. One on orange roof.
One shot top glass.
New combo.
Top center. Top center. Picking up snipe on snipe ledge right now.
Target on cinema.
Bottom center.
Yeah, I got him. Shit. Nice, buddy. There's one at trash truck and one at cabinet ramp.
Oh, an S4, is that right? Top snipe with shots. There's another one, top snipe. He's got snipe looking at you. Looking towards green soda.
What? There's two in cafe now, I'm fighting them both.
Well,
Top
top snipe one hit. You're far away. One bottom center. Bottom center by Prius. Two shots on driveway.
Yeah, I'm coming over to Prius. Yeah.
He's by the loop now.
Orange roof.
Bottom center, bottom center. What's top center weak? Top center dropping down. What's top center again? Blue truck right now.
Damn. They're all on my X. I just got them all to one shot too. That's bullshit.
Still driveway. Or U-turn, I mean. U-turn's one shot.
Did we grab Overshore or someone else?
I don't have it. One's on top. One's under. On top.
Yeah,
He's got OS. He's got OS on green soda right now. Top center. One's on the blue truck. I hear truck's bad.
One, nice. Good play, guys.
We're running blue.
Sniper in 10.
We got top glass. We got top glass. It's on green soda. Sniping top glass. Sniping top glass.
Yeah, one at one. Damn, shit.
Undead. Bottom glass, bottom center right now.
Bottom mid. Nice.
That kid's one shot.
Got him. Shit, one chasing me, bottom mid.
S4 is one shot. He's dropping down. What's on U-turn now also?
Alright, he's one shot.
U-turn's weak.
That's bullshit.
Break grenades off.
Light rifle, 2 shots.
Orange roof. And then cafe ramp.
I can help you, cafe.
Shields up, good to go.
I'm going up the cafe stairs too.
In the hotel is one shot.
Wow. He's one shot over there. Oh my gosh, one trash truck. He's recharged.
One shot blue truck. Pushing
He's one
behind
shot
him.
trash truck, yeah.
Another kid in blue, inside blue, jumping out top center.
Cafe window. Dropping down. And down. Another one above.
Top center, 2 shots.
They're pushing Obi's up. We just grabbed it. It's gonna be 535. Orange roof. A light rifle. Get down. Another one coming, soda. Or, tram, sorry, not soda. I always screw that up. Another one tram. Facing me.
He's on the yard BR right now.
He's weak and blocked now.
Bullshit, dude. One shot.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Did you kill him or is he
Yeah,
still
no,
up?
he's dead. He's dead. One dead.
Another one, cafe, one shot. And then Plaza. One shot. There's 2 in Plaza, one's one shot. 3 in Plaza.
One's hurt in blue.
Bullshit, man.
He's still hurt in blue. Guy's dead.
I'm gonna push the roof.
I got another one. There's another one in blue. Side blue. By the.
Alright, I got one of them in Plaza.
One S4 again.
think we got 30 on the
Sniper rifle in
elevator.
10 seconds.
One cafe ramp.
Blue's weak. There's another one coming up. One's pushing towards
Cafe
me.
ramp down. Another one cafe ramp.
Snipers up.
Yeah, me down. And I got new combo from I don't know where. Camo or overshield should be up in like 5. They're pushing that.
One's on the green stairs. One shot. Green stairs.
Should push a Ruby. I'm down. Yeah.
I gotta push it. Posters.
I don't even know. Oh, he's up. I can see it.
None dead. They got OS. They got full OS. He dropped down. He's got shots.
There's a trash truck going towards the snipe lift.
I'm still hurt top of the...
There's one below today.
It's underneath
Wow.
snipe. Underneath snipe, lead.
Yeah.
Taking the lead. Double kill. Triple kill.
Top blast is one shot.
Orange roof, yeah. Pushing cinema stairs. Damn, one cinema stair, one cinema, and one at orange roof.
Ah, dude, posters one shot. Posters weak. None dead. One's still posters.
One orange roof.
Yellow ledge, knife ledge.
Damn.
One's underneath blue truck right now.
Top mid. Alright, one shot, bottom mid by shot.
Blue truck,
Nice,
yeah,
good pick
blue
up.
truck.
Enemy team nearing victory.
I keep, literally have been noob comboed 3 times.
There's a kid pushing me blue.
This is some bullshit.
I'm still in blue. God damn it, dude. In blue again. Under yellow lift. My trash. Rock.
One cafe.
One's flying towards high dip right now, top center. One's flying out top mid.
Sniper rifle in
Still
10
high dip.
seconds.
Full dip. They got full OS again, I think. Top center's weak, one shot, bottom center. Dead.
Top mid,
Sniper
yeah.
rifle's ready.
God damn it.
Push up on this.
Still top nose.
Pushing the snipe lift.
None dead right now.
That's cinema now. Trash truck.
Was on posters or something, or green soda.
Under
High
cafe.
dip maybe. Was on top yellow pipes, one shot. Absolute in the yard. Speak on me. Hotel.
Nice. Got him. 2 more.
Yeah, there's another one
Coming.
pushing. One just dropped by truck.
Trash truck.
Guy's dead by truck.
Nice. One of my eggs. Damn,
Recharged and ready.
Wow. Still in blue, I think. Top dip.
Cafe ramp. One shot. And cafe ramp.
One's on the blue truck right now, I think.
Top mid at the bridge. Down.
Game defeat.
That was my fault, man. I fucked up that game.
That doesn't matter.
Capture the flag.
Alright, I'm gonna go rockets this time.
Alright, I'm probably gonna play D.
Who's on the rocks? You got shots.
Good job, bro.
Got 2 shots up there.
Rocks down. There's rocks up there. You're gonna grab them.
Got 1, I got it.
Defend our carrier.
2 pushing our flag from red
Find
base.
our flag.
Where's the flag going?
They're going
Top center.
red base.
Find the enemy flag carrier.
Still RDMR is weak. RDMR is weak still.
Nice.
Defend our carrier.
One in the red base.
We returned our flag. Protect our
Our
carrier.
snipe 1 shot. Our snipe 1 shot.
Flag captured.
A green tower.
On top center, I think.
There's 2 blue bed.
It's top center bridge with snipe. Top center bridge with snipe.
Protect our carrier.
Our oven right now. Our oven's 1 shot dead. One's on our flag. Oh
Find
my
our
god.
flag. Spotted the enemy flag
He's
carrier.
going elbow with it.
The enemy flag has been returned.
Stop him at elbow. Stop him at elbow if you can.
Protect our carrier.
Damn, I got their flag, but they got a guy chilling right there. He's creeping.
The enemy
One
flag has been
shot. They're gonna
returned.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah,
Spotted
they
the
got
enemy
it.
flag carrier.
Enemy team score.
I'm staying back at defense again.
You gotta, you kind of always have to do both. Same time.
Yeah, I'm not a big arena guy. I play Slayer more, but
Protect our carrier. Rockets in
On
10.
our oven. Our oven.
Protect our carrier.
What's gonna be on our flag?
1 push on flag.
We have our flag.
Going out window.
We found their carrier.
He's red bridge.
Rocket launchers on the field.
Bottom grass is dead. One going bottom center. One bottom center.
Our flag's back at base. Protect
One's
our
top of
carrier.
this, guys.
Our flag's been taken.
Flag's going window.
I got a flag. I'm ready. Just we can return it.
Our flag's been taken.
I'm gonna go over to safety.
God damn it, dude. Top of their base.
Incoming grenade.
Spree. Double kill.
We found their carrier.
I got the flag. I got the flag back.
Triple kill.
Sniper
Alright, cool.
rifle in 10 seconds. Our flag's back at base. Sniper rifle's on the field.
Sniping on there. I got him. One coming up the side. That is.
Another one coming up to you.
Found their flag.
I got 3 chilling in their base.
Carrier. Enemies return that flag. Need out.
Have our base somewhere maybe. Who's chasing you with their sniper right now?
One shot my
Yeah, he's running.
ass.
Nice shot.
2 shot maybe, yeah.
I'm dead. We can play a Slayer if you want. I don't normally play Slayer.
Rocket
But
launchers in the
I'll
field.
play. No, I'd be down to play arena because I'm not ranked in it, and I'd like to learn. It's up to you. I don't care. I'll play whatever.
top snipe. He has 1 shot now. Top our base, top our base right now. Top our base. Still on top our base.
They have our
On top our
flag.
base. Flag's running towards me.
Bullshit. 2-1.
Spotted the enemy
Flag
flag
guy's dead.
carrier.
Flag guy's dead.
Carrier kill.
Blue man. On that next to their base.
Flag defense.
Good God, dude. Back our flag. Sniping back our flag.
Protect our carrier.
Alright, we got flag.
Come on, dude. Give me that.
We returned our flag.
Give me that shit.
Protect our carrier.
This game, this game.
Nice.
Over. Victory.
Going back to party treasure.
Yeah, I'm down to keep playing this.
Alright.
Damn, you only died 1 time last game? That's ridiculous.
Is that true? Oh shit.
You gonna switch in the game or?
Oh yeah, I'll switch back in again.
Alright.
I'm gonna run for the OS outside first.
Alright, cool. I'll push the camo. Is the camo a normal place?
Lost
It's
blue
like
base.
in the middle, in the security area.
Yeah, I got it.
Red base secured.
There's the
We captured pit.
one's in pit.
Are we just holding 2 or do you want to go for all 3?
High pit. I don't know. I usually I just kind of default to holding 2, but
1 shot pit. He's recharged.
Enemy in the pit. We lost pit.
Enemy team score.
top security, last guy. Red yard.
Hit
One
secured.
dead. Two
Your
dead.
team score.
need back.
Shit. Coming from,
High pit, there's 2 of them. One's blue yard. Bottom center, one shot. Dead.
Base defense.
Top center now. Blue yard also.
Two coming from blue yard.
Whoa.
They're gonna take it.
Base defense.
On blue security. Blue yard.
Yeah, one blue security and blue yard.
We got new OS soon.
Spree.
Enemy
Yeah, OS and upper channel.
Lockdown.
Oh, they grabbed it.
Hostiles
Alright.
captured red base.
Enemy team score.
Alright, they burned it.
No, I have the OS. I have the OS.
No, I have
Oh, the game. Alright, yeah. We're dropped in the blue yard. Yeah, nice. That one's on the blue attic area.
Hold capture.
Yeah, two blue yard, one blue flat, one blue base. Blue plat again.
Watch enemy fire.
Green man. Base defense.
One shot in red. Oh, we lost the guy already. I don't know.
We lost red base.
Enemy team score.
Well, I'll keep pushing hard until we like lose the lead, then I'll send you an invite.
Your team scoring.
We lost
Getting red, one's top center.
Enemy team score.
Lost the guy already.
I think we still got it.
Your
Maybe.
team
We'll
scoring.
see.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, Strongholds
Lost blue base.
right now
Enemy
knows
team
that.
score.
Blue yards there. They're getting red already. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Roll.
Hostiles captured red base.
Enemy has total
Red yard was shot.
Stronghold captured.
We captured blue base.
Your team score.
Push red again.
Halfway to
And blue
victory.
red.
Stronghold captured.
There's two at blue base.
Control.
We lost blue base.
Nice.
Yeah, no OS again.
Ah, shit. One was up.
Fuck, dude. They got the camo and he killed me with it.
Tower 2.
Hostiles captured pit.
Score.
We lost red base.
Enemy has total control. Stronghold captured.
Damn, behind you.
Yeah, I got him.
There's two there.
Yeah, I'll just send you an invite. Yeah.
Alright.
Hostiles captured blue.
You party chat or
Yeah, I'm here.
okay, cool. I usually push cam on at the beginning of this, but
Capture the flag.
Yeah, I'll try it out. I'm going game chat. I got two there. I'm in P street. They got the camo, they got the camo. Oh my god, how's this kid not dead, dude? Fuck, dude. B1 one shot, B1 one shot. He's gotta be absolute. Is he? Top our base, one shot.
We found their carrier.
Carrier kill.
We returned our flag.
Double kill.
Defend our carrier.
Q1 weak. On their pink.
Alright, flag's below us.
We have 3 down here.
Defend our
2
carrier.
chasing the flag. There's like 3 chasing the flag.
Enemies return their flag.
Yeah.
Find our flag.
All about you.
Protect our carrier.
Yeah, oh shit.
One shot car 1.
I got him.
There's another kid though.
Oh, they got our flag.
Yeah, they got our flag.
Top mid.
On their base.
Weak.
Was on their car right
The
now.
one pushing our base, yeah. He's pushing our carrier. Oh, our flag is in the window. It's in the window.
Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
Carrier
That
kill.
is that.
Nice.
On the rear right
I'm
now.
gonna.
Enemies return their flag.
Damn, we return.
Our
Alright.
flag's back
Let's,
at base. We returned our flag. Defend our carrier. Our flag's been taken. Headshot. One down. Our flag's been
He's
taken.
running there. Our pink peg right now. Our pink peg.
Defend our
Oh,
carrier.
they got camo.
Enemy carrier's been marked.
Flag has one. Flag has one hit. Flag has one hit right
Flag has
now.
been returned.
Carrier kill.
Out in front of their base. Out in front of their base.
They have our flag.
One dead,
Found
one
their
dead.
carrier. Defend our carrier. Find our
Damn,
flag.
one of the carriers, he's gone with the lift now. They're gonna cap.
We found their carrier. Enemies return their flag.
Guys there.
Carrier kill. Double kill.
Deliver the flag. Our flag's been
Separated. 2
taken.
down, 2 down.
We found their carrier.
Carrier kill. Brawl.
One dead, one dead.
They have our flag. Defend our carrier. Protect our
Out
carrier.
of their base is weak.
We found their carrier.
Damn it.
We're trying.
Alright, I got our flag.
Our flag's been
There's
taken.
one on our pink side, guys.
You can return it.
One on our pink side. There'll be one on our carb. One on our carb also.
Find our flag.
Weak on their pink. Weak on their pink.
They have our flag. Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
Guys dead.
Find our
I'm
flag.
on read. There's a kid here though.
Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
I got him.
Carrier kill. Flag defense. Double kill.
We returned our flag.
Flag capture.
Top side.
Oh, he's up. Or, camo's up.
Enemy carrier's
Grabbed
been
it at
marked.
38.
My guy's one hit. My guy's one hit. He's dead. There's a kid. Car one.
You got 2 blue, 1.
None dead.
The enemy
Under the
flag has
base,
been
under the
marked.
base.
They're gonna cap.
Enemy carrier's been marked.
That's okay.
Enemy team scored.
Their P side is dead. Weak on their P side, one shot.
Defend our carrier.
What's on their car 3? Car 3 is weak. Chasing a car 1, he's dead.
I'm trying to help you out.
Protect our carrier.
Back above here, you're right.
One's on our P1, on their P1, I'm front P1.
Defend our carrier.
Under our base now. Under our power.
Nice.
He's dead. Double our top our base, top our base.
Throwing one out. They have our flag.
Yeah, shots.
Spotted the enemy flag carrier. Spotted the enemy flag
Okay.
carrier. Our flag's been taken. Defend our carrier.
We've got bottom center.
Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
I'm out of ammo. One dead, one dead.
Shit.
None dead right now. There's flying at the flag.
Our flag's back at base.
Under their base right now.
Our flag's been taken.
Flag's out again.
We found their carrier.
Top of our base, there's two guys there.
Our flag's back at base. Protect our carrier.
Blue slide off our base. On our base. Two at our base.
Top of our base, yeah, top of our base is still there.
Our flag's been taken. The enemy flag has been
Flag's
returned.
running through pink. There's one shot
Protect our
top pink.
carrier.
I got top tank. There's another one there.
It's on their P attic, their P
Top of our
attic.
Enemy
base.
flag carrier.
Top of our base.
P attic is two.
He's into our flag carrier.
It's the flag, yeah. Not dead right now.
5 minutes remain.
Where am I gonna hit them? What's their car attic? What's top of their base?
They're all carbine.
One their carbine, one their carbine.
Target, blue band.
Top blue,
Found their
top
carrier.
center. Top center just dropped off.
He's one shot. He's one shot. Like,
Defense.
there's three of them there, though.
We found their carrier.
One.
I got one.
Find our flag. Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
He's one shot. Nice.
There's another one here, there's another one here on it. Nice.
Our flag's back at base. Protect our carrier.
Nice.
Victory.
Go on, game chat, or party chat, party chat. Let's try Slayer. You said you play Slayer a lot?
Yeah, I'm a little better Slayer than I am at Arena.
I generally like hate the armor abilities, but whatever.
Yeah, they're annoying, but I mean it's such a little part of it. But yeah, I agree. I hate the pound and the
Yeah.
what's the other one? The slam or the charge.
Yeah, it's all ridiculous.
Damn, you did 3,400 damage, dude. You went in.
I think because you're not ranked though, we're like matching against people that are not very good. That's what I think is going
Yeah,
on.
but still, I mean, you did a lot better than me, even relatively, right? So. But yeah.
Slayer.
Hey, grab Obi.
One's underneath the... Two dead, two dead. One's flying at me.
Coming to you.
He's one shot.
Yeah,
He's one
I saw
shot at
him.
me.
Down.
Target spotted.
Oh, on red too. Yeah.
Or pink or something. I got hit markers up there. What's top center? Top center's one shot.
Yep. Oh shit, he threw a nice grenade there.
What's underneath the tunnels? In the tunnels, in the
Yeah,
tunnels.
under red. Yep, he's coming out the red rampart. He just jumped above us while we went down.
There's two underneath me, Wow. Underneath that base.
Shit. Yeah, there's three up there, red too. Damn, I got killed. Ovi in like 15 to 20.
There's another one gonna drop or something.
Oh, he burned Ovi, that bastard. Alright, Ovi got burned at 9:51.
What's top center on next?
Damn, blue
Top blue, actually. We're bottom center right now.
Way to victory.
Top mid, red side. Shit, one me, he's weak. And then one red, one shot.
Top center is weak.
I'm dead.
The other thing I don't like is like you're always on radar. I hate that. You guys see like just crouching around like doing little fish.
I didn't hear you, sorry about that. Well,
No,
just to,
I was saying,
I
yeah.
gotta turn down my game volume, sorry.
What's
All
bottom
right.
red door?
Say again?
I was just saying that like, I just don't like always being on radar all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
10 seconds to plasma caster.
Alright, let's go pick up. Mid. Going faster spawn.
Plasma caster ready. Incoming grenade!
We're still pushing faster spawn. And there's that ability you love so much. Ovi's up.
God damn it, he got it, he
I
got it.
saw that, yeah. I just got hit with the armor ability.
Top center.
Yep. Blue 2. Another one blue 2. He's weak. He got shots on him in my ass. Red 2 and red window.
Yeah, they flash that big top center.
10 kills to win.
One bottom center.
Wow, lag.
We got new OS again.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh, that's it, me.
What the?
What? That was
I don't know
close.
what the hell that was.
Game over. Victory.
Weird.
There's some lag going on that game or something. Cause that happened to me like 2 or 3 times. Alright, if I don't do so well next game, I'm gonna call it because I don't want to bring you down.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, honestly, don't not play. Keep playing.
Are you sure? I mean, I feel bad. They
No,
did
no.
have an Onyx on their team. That was kind of.
Slayer.
I'm looking at that. There's 3 looking at that OS.
Yeah. Of course, we already lost a guy too.
So did they, though. I'm going blue band.
Oh,
Two
shit, I
going
didn't see that.
Two going blue band.
I got camo.
What's up front blue? Blue yard, bottom pit, 1 shot.
I just assassinated the OV. That was nice.
Top center.
Blue
Top
flag.
center.
Nice. I'm mid.
One's red band.
2 turbine. I'm fucked.
You're okay, you're okay. Oh my god, there's 2. There are 1 shot.
Somehow I got one of them.
Good. One's still top blue band.
Yeah, blue outside.
Turbine again. Also outside. Blue turbine also.
There's 2 of me. Blue outside.
There's still one there we...
Damn, 1 shot my X and then... Nice. That guy got it.
Still one in back blue. Blue alley
blue
or
flag?
something. New camo. I mean,
Shit.
new OS.
Yep, I just got pounded. He's tower 1. Tower
What's
2
inside
now.
red?
Oh crap, the camo and OB should be up. I don't know if anyone grabbed either. He must have grabbed Ovi because it's not there. Yep, they grabbed Camo. He's at my X.
No kill.
Nice. Blue flat. And then blue alley.
The kid's one shot, absolutely.
Yeah, he's one shot. I see him. I got him. So his buddy's on the plat there.
Got shots. Seriously. Look out. Ah, he's one shot in the alley, one shot in the alley.
Tower 2.
Someone's running in the
blue alley. Well, one shot my X. These are blue yard one
Top
shot
fucking
now.
security.
I'm in. Got shots on. In the pit now.
One top security, something.
Alright, Camo and Ovi should be spawning like right now. They just grabbed Camo. It's gonna respawn at 5:42. Damn. Ovi should be up too though. We should
I'm
push
out of
that.
it.
I don't think they're over there. They grab it? Oh,
It just, no, it's up.
there you got it. Let's just
30, I got it at 30. Top center running main engine, I think. Yeah, there's two here. Camel's up. Jeez, I think I got hit by the
Cortana thing just... Oh, I got a kill out of that somehow.
Do that,
I think
do
his
that.
ally killed him. Red outside. He's red base now. Another one right outside. Nice.
No one here, no one here.
Another one
Just
coming
two
up.
shots.
Oh, my bad. Back grenade. That was my fault.
Okay.
Sorry
He's there,
about
he's
that,
there
bud.
in the... Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Red yard, nice.
Alright, our buddy got him. Yeah, that was my fault. Sorry, man.
Don't worry about it.
Tower
Top security, top
two.
security. I got one. One in red. On red band, I think.
Tower 2 again.
So red band, red.
One shot Tower 2.
Push away.
One shot again, Tower 2. Grenaded again.
One's on. Oh, he's one shot. Get new camo coming soon.
Red outside. Sorry, blue outside.
Two power ups.
And turbine. Yeah, there's 2 blue outside and turbine.
I got
They
blue.
just grabbed.
OS.
Oh, we got it. Okay, so that means camo should be up. I'm gonna push over there. I've been terrible about this game. I'm usually pretty good about it. I think they got it. Yep, they did. There's 2 in my X. One's weak. He's got camo. Nice. Oh, that was our ally. So nice nade.
3. 5 minutes remain. Perfect.
Red plat. He's weak. He should be one shot. Red plat. He's red base now.
Sorry about that, sorry about
Red
that.
yard.
Good shot.
blue plat. And blue base. He's going blue alley, it looks like.
Shot blue alley.
Got him.
Nice.
Damn.
That one there. Power ups to 20.
Cameo and Ovi are about to spawn.
Yeah, we'll have like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
There's one pushing outside here. He's one shot in there.
I got him.
You can grab it.
You can grab it if you want. You
Get it, get it, get it.
Okay. Alright. 122. I'm gonna push the, they're pushing, the tower now for the ammo.
I'm here. Stupid, dude.
Nice.
Like, it's just dumb because, like, they're just standing there because they have radar. Like, it's like a hiding game. It's boring and dumb. Here, I'm chasing this guy around.
We can go back to arena after this. I don't, you know.
Oh, no. We'll keep doing this. It's okay, it's okay. The guy, like, bottom center right now. In the blue yard.
Red base one shot. Alright, down. Blue alley? Blue plat. Shit. Blue plat, damn.
Still top blue. Or top back security. Damn that. One shot back security. Top security, one shot.
Yeah, I see him. He's one shot up there.
2 minutes left.
One shot in security. Or tower, whatever you want to call it. He's one shot.
I'm waiting on the
Tower one.
It's up now, it's up now.
Damn, he owned me that time. They just grabbed camo.
Yeah, so
we should be up
he's
too.
got it, he's got it. He's on top center.
Taking damage in Tower 1.
Damn it. That's dumb. Oh, we got it locked. Doesn't really matter, but.
There's one top. Good.
Just for shits. Aw, damn, he got a showstopper on me. I was assassinating his buddy.
Game over. Victory.
You ever play Big Team on this? I think I've played it like maybe once.
Yeah, I'll play whatever. I'm down for any playlist.
They should have more playlists though that are like they should have like a social HCS list or something, or everything is like
Yeah,
all,
that'd be sweet.
like everything's all like Fiesta and Infection and yeah.
Right, they're just like novelty games. They're not like
Yeah, like who plays? Who like sits down and plays all that?
Not regularly, at least, yeah. I want to push camo. You want to switch to game chat or?
Yeah, I'll switch
I
to
guess
game
they're all.
chat.
Well, they're all in. There's one guy. Yes.
Yeah,
let's
I'll
switch
do it.
game.
Top of their base. One's one shot. No one went camo side. One's top center.
Yeah,
One's top
I
center.
got camo. Wow.
One's top center right now. One shot top center.
I'm dead. Bottom mid. Top center. Sword's still up too.
P2, they're P2, they're P2. Top P2, top P2.
Big max.
Blue car one, red carbine, gold red. Red going top red, top red, top red.
Wow, one shot top mid.
Still top mid, still top mid right now.
Nice. Our buddy got him. Nice.
Leave him, dude, just leave him.
Swords in my axe. I got a bolt true on him.
Let's go on blue pink right now. I got hit markers in P2 somewhere.
I'm fucked. Damn. He's red man.
Bottom center?
Shields are full.
Top center now.
There's two top mid, yeah.
One shot top car.
Camo.
Top car, top
now.
car.
Camo's up. Camo's up. You can push that. There's no one there. Alright, our buddy got it. He got it at 38, so it's gonna respawn at 538 or 738. Blue 2.
Jesus, dude. It's so fucking stupid.
Wow. Oh, shit.
They shouldn't even be allowed to see me. Car one, 2 shots. Still one, car one. One carbine still there. What's on red carbine?
In our window behind us.
Car one's still there, car one's still there. Front blue carbine, guys.
I see him. Ah, damn. I ain't got him in time. Getting shit on again. Bottom mid. Down.
Top car. Blue P Street, blue P Street.
Camo.
Red carbine bubble, red carbine bubble. Still top right, or top center, top center.
I literally spawned into that.
There's two above us.
Yeah.
The kid's one shot, he's dead. There'll be another one down. Red, red, something. Under red, I guess. That guy's dead.
Someone grab camo. Red one. I got him.
Bottom center weak, bottom center 2 shots. He's on the pedestal right now. Front pink weak, front pink weak.
I'm dead again.
Under pink, under pink. Red pink now, red pink, pushing.
I spawned into a sword.
The one by pink right now. One's blue pink. Still blue pink will push. Top pink.
Alright, pink's down. Alright. Wow, I think my ally just needed me.
Top center's dead. There's one top red with shots, Jeez, that kid's weak on the red bubble, weak
Wow,
shot,
which
red bubble.
my ex.
Oh. I'm dead.
This game is... Ah, they're pushing cameras up.
I hear P1. One shot P1.
Fuck this, man.
That's dead. Towards here. Wow, that is fucking clear. Two dead. One shot blue carbine. He's the Invis guy, that guy's weak. Nice.
Game over.
I wanna go back to game chat,
That sucked.
It's alright. There's two on the OS right now. They're gonna pick it up at 45. They got it at 45. Running blue band.
I burned the camo. Flat.
Has one shot. Top security.
Tower 2 now. Tower 3 has movie.
Red yard shots. Red yard's one shot.
Red alley's weak. One shot my ass.
Let's top back camo. Blue yard one shot, blue yard one shot.
He's blue plaid.
Blue flat. Blue flat, weak, blue flat, one shot. Blue window.
Tower 2.
Front blue, blue flat.
One shot, tower 2. Annoying.
There's that. Blue tower 2. Blue tower 2 weak. Weak on tower 2 window.
Blue yard.
Jesus, tower 2 window.
I'm blue alley.
Still back red, looking red, tower 2.
Overshield's up, and camo should be up.
Outside by VR spawn.
Unless they grab the OB already. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's here.
Yeah,
Somebody
they're
grabbed
grab
it. Alright, well, camo should be up. Yep, they grabbed camo. Camo's top mid. Hit my axe now.
What's top red window? No red yard, weak one shot.
Yeah, right there, so.
One shot in insecurity weak.
And Gale, I don't know how. At least you got the kill.
Yeah, I don't know, that's weird.
Funny. I think he killed himself.
Gain the lead.
Yeah, that could have been it.
One day I'll be able to make a headshot. Jeez. There's one shot camera spawn.
Bottom center. Red band there. Oh. Yikes.
I hate those things.
Enemy in mid.
Yeah, what is that, red sneaky?
What's on red platform? Red sneak, yeah, what's on red sneak?
Way to victory.
One dead.
Oh my god, one shot, red flag.
So stupid, dude. God.
Tower 2, weak.
Back red one shot, man.
Tower 2 again, weak. There's 2 in Tower 2.
Yeah.
Turbine.
Shot one down.
Red sneak, weak one shot.
Blue yard, bottom mid one shot. Bar in your eye.
One back security. 3, they're like all huddling back security.
I doubt he's in the corner.
This is so stupid. They're all just like crouching around in back security.
One shot. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Ammo's
that's fucking
fine.
stupid.
Ammo, I know these for a second.
Hurt back security. Let's just grab like all the nades and then just throw them in there.
Lost.
Bottom
the
center, top security. Top center, one shot, main engine.
I got OV. He's point 330.
Weak on main engine. Get another one weak on main engine.
Gain the
That
lead.
guy's dead. Main engine again, main engine again. One shot, bottom center. That is dead.
Red plat.
Bottom center, dead.
5 minutes remain.
One shot, top center.
Ammo's
Other
gone.
one's like standing top mid. Dropped on bottom security.
Lost the lead.
Tower's dead. Or he's weak.
In tower 2 area.
One's blue oven. Blue
Be down.
yard area. One's running top center. Top center one shot. Top center one shot. One's blue yard. One blue platform or something.
Yeah, blue platform.
I got him. We traded.
Nice.
Watch the enemy fire.
Top center.
Top mid.
Got one nice.
Red yard.
Radio's dead. Good call. Main engine. Top center, jumping top center.
Ah, damn, one shot, red plat.
Top middle.
Oh, he's up.
Top middle. Top middle shots. Still there.
I don't see anyone top mid.
He's in blue now. He's in blue with me.
I see him. I see him. He's
I got him.
It's over. Victory.
One game. Party chat first. Alright. Let's see. See what other lists we have to
Man.
choose from.
Yeah, we can play a different
Yeah,
play because
those-
that's getting kind of lame.
What?
We can play some social too if you want to do that. So
Right. I've never played Castle. No, I think I have played Castle Wars actually. Let's see. Try this and see what happens. Wait, this may be my first time playing this.
yeah, I haven't played this in a while, but I'm down.
Assault.
Throwing grenade.
I never even played this map before.
I don't think I have either.
New ball spawn. We have the ball.
Apparently that guy has though. I grabbed the sniper and the dude with the rockets was just waiting for me to go around the corner.
Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
All the way for the bomb guy. There's another guy behind him. No one chasing it.
Thank you. You just saved my life.
We have the ball.
Oh my goodness. It's like everybody and their mother wanted to kill me.
We found their carrier.
Carrier kill. Enemy has the ball.
There's one underneath the stairs.
Carrier kill. Spree. Double kill.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing worse than this and I wasn't ranked.
Enemy carrier's been marked.
You have the ball.
You're spotted.
Good God.
Rockets in 10.
Enemy has the ball.
Rocket launcher ready.
They're arming.
Ah shit. I got him.
You've been spotted.
I thought I got him.
There's two bushes this way. Oh god, I can't get out of here. Fuck.
The ball.
This is ridiculous.
There's like three on the base.
They got a freaking ghost over there. My gosh.
Fuck that guy, dude. Fuck that guy in his radar.
Weapon pads up.
I can't believe this many people play this list. This is like my second time since owning the game.
Rockets in 10.
Damn. Just got splattered. Yeah. I have to say, I started playing a different game type after this.
Enemy has the ball.
I don't care what it is, but it's like anything other than this.
We found their carrier.
Oh, I killed that carrier.
What the fuck, dude?
We have the ball.
I almost got splattered again.
Oh yeah, the rocket guy. I'm sure.
Alright, this is pissing me off.
We have the ball. We have the ball.
Oh great, we got a new teammate.
It was dead.
Weapon pad in 10.
Enemy has the ball.
This is the dumbest game.
We found their carrier. Weapon pads up.
Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
Oh, we can do this here. Where's the ball?
Yeah.
We found their carrier.
Are they arming right now?
Are we arming or
Oh,
they
shit.
arming? Oh, they're arming.
No, they're arming.
Thanks.
Enemy has the ball.
Howard.
Score. Lost the lead.
That was.
Ball incoming.
That's weird. Good God.
New ball spawn. Enemy has the ball. We have the ball.
Oh my gosh, I have the ball.
Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
We have the ball. Enemy has the ball.
Enemy carrier's been marked. Rockets in 10.
I'm driving the ball to us.
Rocket launcher ready.
They're just raping us.
Enemy carrier's been marked.
Enemy team score.
Good Lord.
Ball incoming. New ball spawn. Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
We have the ball.
Seconds to weapon pad.
Alright, literally that guy just teleported.
Weapon pad's open.
Enemy has the ball.
Alright, they're about to win, thank God.
No, we're scoring, are we? Or we were arming it a second ago.
I think that was them.
No, I thought we were.
Oh, it was us?
Yeah.
We found their carrier.
Yeah, we were.
Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
Jesus.
Enemy has the ball.
Fuck these settings.
Enemy carrier's been marked. Rocket launcher in 10 seconds.
Enemy has the ball. Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier. Rockets are up. We found their carrier. pads up.
Enemy has the ball. Carrier kill.
Watch your
We
ammo,
have the ball.
sniper.
Distraction. We have the ball. We have the ball. Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
Enemy has the ball. Carrier kill. We have the ball.
Headshot. Stay sharp.
Enemy has the ball.
Rockets in 10. We found their carrier. Targeted red alley. Shields are full.
2 minutes left.
Rocket launcher ready. We found their carrier.
Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
Enemy has the ball.
We found their carrier.
Game over. Defeat.
Anything?
I said, hey, therapy, that sounds like fun.
Training back in 2008 and joining the company as a first officer in 2013 through his training, although his training was interrupted 6 years ago for an unspecified reason.
There you go. That's it. Put him in the loony bin for a while.
Well,
Damn, that's terrible. So I'm, you know,
and War.
I've never been to a therapist before. Never had the need. Just Dana and I said, hey, therapy, that sounds like fun.
Murphy Brown, Mr. Holland's Opus, and Ray Donovan. You know his voice from Mysteries at the Museum, Hercules, Goof Troop, the Santa Claus movies 2 and 3, and that Twizzlers commercial from the 80s.
It makes me happy.
You've seen him on CNN, Fox News, and The Soup.
If they do strike Seth Rogen and James Franco, what a great end to their careers.
You know him as a mama's boy.
Oh my God.
Tiger Thomas, middle-aged MC.
I'm middle-aged MC. Get down and lick my white belt, bitch.
Viper Tongue, and the man who throws the football at the meatball.
The guy that knocks the meatball off the Christmas tree.
And most importantly, the main host of this radio show. So, without further ado, a man who needs absolutely no introduction, Jay Thomas.
Wow. Man, I almost feel like I'm at a desk with a microphone and a camera on me. Like one of those TV show intros and stuff. By the way, we ought to get that scene where I'm going to, not marriage therapy, but relationship therapy. That's actually kind of funny. It was written after a lot of us have been to relationship therapy. But I used to, and I still do it, when I say marriage or a wedding, I always somehow transpose it and say, oh, I have to go to a funeral this weekend. I swear to, I've been doing it forever. And they have me say it in this, in that scene I did in the show Love and War, which I believe is at Netflix and Hulu and I don't know what else. But I absolutely, it wasn't even acting. It comes out. So, as soon as I say, oh man, I got to go to a, what do I say in that thing? I have to go to this funeral. I say something like that. And the guy keeps going, what? What did you say? And this therapist that I went to kept making a big deal out of it, which I'm guess you're thinking there should be a big deal made of it too. I don't know why does it mean death? No, I don't think it's the worst thing that's ever happened to people. And I wasn't thinking it was going to be, death to me. But they used it because they thought it was funny. And so, anyway, that's a scene you can get. It might even be at jthomas.com. So, today, we have a very nice man from Long Island, Tom, who was in the cable industry. Won't say the name of the company or whatever. Won't even say his last name. It's just Tom. Is he in the studio, Stephen? Is he there in New York? He is. How does he look? If you were going to see a person on the street before you sent out a friend of yours, how would you feel about Tom being able to take care of someone?
I'd feel safe.
Feel safe?
Yeah.
He looks very trusting.
Yeah.
Like almost too
He does.
trusting.
He looks. Oh, he's too trusting.
At first, I was
well.
afraid that he is a mass murderer, but I don't even think he's capable of honestly hurting a fly.
It's not about injuring. It's that you don't want to be caught up with one of these nuts who you invite in, and then they start with the talking, and they want to hang around, and they want to,
Well, I'm glad you
have a
thought about
drink.
that after you invited him. No,
I want him to come in.
Or something.
No, I want him to come in. We squeeze whatever humor or drama or whatever we can out of them, and then get the fuck out. They're basically bit whores. We
Right.
bring them in, we do the bit. Remember, you pay. People go, why do you pay that woman for sex? You don't pay her for sex. You pay her to leave. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about.
We get it. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fine to be talking about this right in front of him because he knows the parameters. And you notice that I've remained 3,000 miles away.
How convenient.
Just in case.
Ira.
And there's Ira.
Ira just walked into
Well,
the
there you go.
room. Oh, he's so
Who, by
excited.
the way, is one of those nuts.
Here
Here
again.
again,
See, we were
right.
worried about you guys being the nut job, but really we're
Yeah.
unleashing quite a beast on you.
There he is.
Days are here again.
He's the man I invited into the studio about 20 years
Good
ago.
afternoon, Jay.
Yes, and
Glad
we
to
have
be
been
back on your show
pals ever
on
since.
a
Yeah.
Monday afternoon.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh. And nobody knows it's Monday afternoon. Only drunks wake up and not know it's Monday
Well,
afternoon.
there's a lot of drunks out there.
There are? Right.
Yeah.
I've always wondered. I drove 7 hours each way to Las Vegas and back. A lot of traffic, but I have a great
went to
time.
Atlantic City yesterday. I did damn good, Jay.
I bet you did. And I'll tell you about my trip too. I
Let's hear
about
about yours.
I played the penny poker games. I had never seen a penny poker.
Oh boy.
What we call in New Orleans video crack, where you get hooked on it and people are losing all kind of money in their lives. My brother had a wife once, and she would write checks from the back of the checkbook, so he wouldn't see them going away. And in a couple of years, went through $80,000 playing video poker. She should have gone to a casino, learned how to play poker, and she'd have had a better chance, right? 80 grand. So I thought of you all weekend, and so Ira, now Tom is there, and he's going to take you. Have you chosen a store you're going to? Let's bring Tom to the microphone. Tom, welcome to the Jay Thomas Show.
Tom.
Hello, Jay. How are
Glad
you?
to meet
Wow,
you.
what a great guy.
Can I get you
let's
a
hear.
soda?
Jay, thanks
Yeah.
for having me here because I can really help this guy.
I know you can, Tom. So, Tom, you came all the way in from Long Island. Bus, train, how'd you get a car? How'd you get in?
I have a friend of mine standing next to me who gave me a ride this morning. We came in, had
So
good
exciting.
lunch, came in, and now we're going to help Ira.
All right.
And what's odd about this is since, we're all hooked up here on, this magic, whatever machinery that we have that causes all of this, it's amazing that you're talking to an entity rather than a human being.
Yeah, where
it's
are
odd,
you?
Isn't it? Right now, I'm in Los Angeles,
Oh,
California.
okay.
It's around 72 degrees in Los
It is.
Angeles, USA.
That's right. And as I walked in, I noticed that temperature, by the way. Just kind of nutty thing I do. I noticed the temperature. So, Tom, you've come in. How'd you get off work today?
I took a personal day.
Did you tell them what you were doing?
Absolutely not.
This would have been bad at the job.
No, they don't need to know.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
I never tell anybody where I'm going or what I'm doing. I'm
Right.
with you. Does your family know?
Yes, everybody that I interact with knows.
Okay, and you brought your pal. What's your pal do? What's he do?
He works with me for the company we both work at.
You ever go to those conventions and get drunk and get women?
I have.
Ha ha ha! Booyah!
Yeah, those cable manager conventions. You ever do that?
I don't think they have those, Jay.
Oh, they don't have those.
No.
I always wanted to be a part of a business where you can go to conventions. Years ago we went to these DJ conventions, radio, which I don't even know if they have them anymore. And one night in Atlanta, these women came upstairs, and so we thought they were like being friends with us. And so when they said they said it was going to cost money for us to go out with them. And I said something really loud. I said, "What? Money?" She said, "Shh, don't broadcast it." She said that to me. I said, "It's a DJ convention, you idiot. Get out. Get out. Don't broadcast it." So Tom, how long have you been listening to this show?
Oh God, forever. I've gotten
Good.
You've gotten rid of me at least 3 or 4 times.
Oh, I have. You've called and gotten
I'm
rid-
happy
So
that you
here's what we're
came
doing.
down over here.
I want to help you,
Right.
Ira.
Thank you.
Now, here we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christina, are you going with him, or do we just
Sure.
send him alone?
No, I can go with
Okay.
him. I'd
You
like
go
to
with him.
document it,
All right, here's what we're going to do. How close is this store, the place you're going?
We've got one that is 0.3 miles away. There's also one at 0.5 miles away.
Let's go to point 3.
Okay.
And you'll call us back, and you'll go in. Now they may not want it recorded, or I don't know what it would be, but maybe you could just have your phone on, and should we? I guess we should legally tell them.
Well, that's
that,
what I was concerned about. We have to legally
Yeah.
tell them, and then what if they just shut this whole thing down? So I don't know. I don't know what to do here in this.
say that we work at a we work at Sirius XM, and Ira is one of our main broadcasters. That will make them wonder about this as a place, as a company. That could hurt the stock price if people were introduced to Ira as one of our main entertainment people. And just be as polite as you can and say, we're on the Jay Thomas Show. There's been a real problem. Tom has come in to help Ira, and everything else. And so I'm going to be saying to Jay back on the air, just tell him the truth. I'm going to be saying to Jay back on the air what's happening, so we can try and figure this thing out for our dear friend Ira.
Right.
How about
Thank
that?
you, Jay.
You know what, Tom? You have children. How old are your kids, Tom?
17 and 19.
Have you taught your children to tell the truth?
Yeah,
Honesty, the best policy.
absolutely.
What did you think of that just now? I guided her right through honesty. Honesty. That's what I did. It's amazing. It's amazing. So you're ready to go now, you guys? And by the way, go by Starbucks and go in, because me and I guess millions of others have insulted them to the part where Harold Schultz, the chief executive of Starbucks, says no longer write the phrase "race together" on the coffee cups. Stop doing it. He said he had no idea that it was going to cause such, like a kerfluffle. And he said we wanted to do this thing and get people to talk and everything else. Blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics, Hindus, Sikhs, Albanians, Ukrainians, Russians, Chinese, everyone hated it. Absolutely hated it. And now they have hashtag please tip me, so that in 6 months maybe I can buy 1 share of Starbucks stock. They have that on each, on the cups. That's where you'd put that. So you'd see that, it would help them. Put that on the cup instead of race together. How long have you been listening to the show, Tom?
For as long as you've been on the air, what was it, about 13 years?
How did you learn not to laugh when I said something?
Tom has his nose in the bill, Jay.
Oh, you're looking at the bill.
Yeah,
7 pages front and back.
Hey, I have a 19-year-old daughter that does about 8,000 texts a month, and it's unlimited. So
Right.
I'm trying to figure
What's
out.
Ira
What's
in charge? If you look at the bill, what are you seeing? Yeah, you know what I like about this? Now you're doing some investigative work. What are you seeing on that bill?
Well, he's got anytime minutes through Sprint, which is basically you can only use it at certain times of the day.
Oh.
So it's not unlimited. It's not, you can't.
He went cheap is what he did.
Yes, he did.
Went cheap.
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
he went cheap. Hey, Ira, you can't go cheap on these phones.
You know what?
What?
I was
What?
in the Co-op City branch, and by Sprint,
Yeah.
and I'll be getting unlimited things. Unlimited.
Really?
Oh, boy.
Unlimited what? Coffee?
unlimited what?
Unlimited
Things.
what? Donuts?
What are they going to give you?
Unlimited what?
I don't understand.
I don't know.
Well,
They
not-
said
That's the
unlimited.
problem, is that they're explaining something to him, and he's not
Yeah.
grasping the
Do you have your
full
credit
idea
card
of
with
what
you,
it
Ira, the
is.
one you use to get the phone?
No.
You didn't bring your credit card.
No.
What kind
Well,
of
how you
phone do
gonna-
you have, by the way? What kind of phone do you have? What's
Show
the?
him your
Show me your
phone.
Yeah, let me
I
see the
got-
phone.
I got this phone over here.
Be careful.
Now, Ira.
If he throws it at you, it might knock you in the head.
Ira, you paid with a credit card, right?
And when did you get this, Ira?
Stone Age.
Yeah, that's. Well, is there any way that maybe we could take this? I don't know how long have you been with Sprint?
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
Did you ever think
Since
about
they
getting a
opened.
smartphone?
He had.
I got an iPod and I don't like it.
He tried that, and it didn't work.
And that's
Right, he
why I
needs
was
this phone.
doing text on it and everything. Now I
Right.
use
Here's
text
the deal.
over here.
Ira, you call people and you do all this stuff on the phone and you can't pay for it extra. You when you say unlimited, it's going to cost you more money to be able to make all the phone calls that you want to make. And did you pay for it with your credit card?
No, I didn't pay with my credit card.
Well, how did you pay for it?
Because I got a free phone. Free iPod.
I gave you a free phone.
Yes,
All right.
free.
You're in for quite an afternoon, Tom.
I know. I'm hearing it already.
What? Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Quite an afternoon. Now, Christina, as you're walking over there, you claim that Ira will be stopping people and saying hello to them on the way to and 0.3 miles.
I've been to the DMV with him. I walked from here to 34th Street with him, and every obvious
How many
Jewish
times did he stop?
person in the street was stopped for sure.
Are you Jewish? What's his question? Ira, why do you have to stop
Where are
the
you
Jews
gonna
in the street?
Where are you going tonight for synagogue?
Oh.
You know, that whole
Right.
thing.
That's right, Jay.
What's tonight? Is there some sort of holiday tonight?
No. Next.
Well, then you won't be stopping.
Oh,
Yeah,
week.
good thing we're not going on a Friday.
Well,
You know what,
Let me
Ira?
tell you, Jay, a
Just
week.
stop at those Buddhist demonstrations, the ones that put themselves in the cages and say that the Chinese are torturing. Only stop at those, okay?
That's right.
All right. Just bother the Buddhists.
Jay, I
Wow,
want to
wait.
say hello to everybody that's listening up in the Bronx. They all
Right.
love the Jay Thomas Show.
All right. If you guys are ready to go,
Yep.
you'll go down, and when you get to the street and walk over, we'll just call us back up, and let's try and figure this phone thing out. Tom, you will sit at the right hand of God. Are you a religious person, Tom?
yes. Very,
Okay,
very
what-
religious, Jay.
What denomination are you?
Catholicism.
Oh, you're Catholic.
Yes,
okay,
like
well,
you,
you're
Jay.
Yeah, you're gonna be great. The Pope's gonna love you. All right, so we'll see you guys later on. Steve, it's just you and I.
You're going to let me
Now,
talk
Steve,
today?
you're gonna have
Bye,
to.
guys.
You're gonna have to answer the phone. Yeah, you can talk to them.
Okay.
Steve, you're gonna have to answer the phone and run the equipment. I'm sure you're capable of doing that.
No problem.
Steve.
Yes, I'm here. No problem.
Well, I was talking to you. You couldn't even hear me.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Well, thanks. And by the way, later on today, we're going to have cool mom, Melody Lauer. Cool mom of 3, and she is a certified gun safety instructor. And she leads a workshop called Baby Wearing and Carrying. She teaches you how to put your kid in one of those front baby carrier things and where to holster your weapon. So she's into. Can you imagine getting into a gunfight with your child strapped to you in the front in one of those tie-dyed, baby carrier things?
Does it come with a bulletproof baby carrier?
No, the
should.
child is just there. So the picture I'm looking at, she's got her kid, and then she pulls back, her shirt, and there's her Glock stuck in her belt. Didn't some woman or some kid kill the mom getting the gun out of the purse or something recently? Isn't that what sparked all
There was a
this?
woman who shot and killed herself trying to put her gun in her bra.
And but then there was a child that pulled the gun out of a purse and pulled the trigger and blew the mom away. Let's go to Bruce, who's in Lake Tahoe. Yes, Bruce, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Hello, Jay. Did you know that this is the 5th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act?
How's that working out for you?
Not well. My health is failing.
Your health.
I've got
Now, did
organ-
you sign up for it, or are they trying to save you? What's going on?
Well, I have insurance through my
Oh.
employer.
That's good.
But my health is failing. And
I'm
I
so
expect
sorry.
to get a pink slip any day. I have organs.
Wait a
that are
second.
swelling.
You mean because your health is failing, they're going to get rid of you at your work?
Yeah, I have organs
Oh,
that
that's
are
terrible.
swelling, and my back is degenerating, and my kidneys are failing. And there's a new mandate that takes place for employers with over 100 employees. I was wondering if you could explain that to me.
I don't know a thing about it. I just know that if they're firing you and taking away your health care, what I understood was that Affordable Care was supposed to stop stuff like that. Like you couldn't lose your insurance for pre-diagnosed things. Have you checked with anybody on that one?
Well, there's an employer mandate that takes place for
Right.
employers with over 100 employees.
Or they can pay a fine if they don't want the stuff. Did they sign up for it at your place?
Well, I have insurance through my employer.
Oh, you have it. Right. And so no, I don't know a thing about what's happening. I'm very sorry all this is going on. I'm really
I thought if there was anyone I could ask, it would be you.
well, I just know that the Republicans are going to gut this thing as soon as they can, but a lot of people are figuring it out now in a lot of the insurance companies. Here's the other thing. If you go to an insurance broker instead of going to .gov, they're actually getting into the act now, the insurance companies. They've figured out if they explain stuff to you, you'll sign with them, and they'll do the Affordable Care stuff for you. So I would call the insurer that you're with and find out what the hell's going to happen.
Oh.
All right?
Okay.
Are you at work right now, or are you home because you're ill?
Well, I fell behind the medical equipment, and it was 3 days before I could get to the phone to call for help. So I'm in the
You laid behind the medical equipment for 3 days? There was no one in and out of the office that noticed the motionless body? You were at home.
And
My
I fell
God.
behind my medical equipment.
This is a horrible story, and you're still able to listen to the Jay Thomas Show at Sirius XM. Does that bring any joy into your life?
To listen to you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's much better than Fox News.
Well, yes. Well, of course. All right, now look. Call up your insurance company. Maybe we'll have Tom fly out there and go with you. Steve, no matter who has a problem.
You're going to send him everywhere.
We'll send this poor bastard.
I'm up north where all the brothels are.
Yeah, well, Tom would love that. We'll send Tom up there, and he'll wear his crucifix and then take you into the insurance company. All right, well, good luck to you, Bruce. I'm so sorry all this is happening. Okay?
Have a good week.
I will. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's something. Someone who's in dire physical pain and jeopardy, and they say to me, have a good week. Unbelievable. It's like those people who've lost their limbs, and they come right through the door with the artificial legs that make them, kind of walk like a robot. They're always whistling. Have a nice day, they say. And some of them lost their limbs. It happens all the time to me. I can't believe I would be the grumpiest, worst wheelchair victim you can imagine. I'd be just like the guys in the movies, the guys that are just pissed off all the time. Like the old bastard in that holiday special, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, I'll show him. I'll teach him. I'd be mad. Victor of Texas. It's Jay Thomas. Yes, Victor, go ahead. Yes, Victor.
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
Good.
Good. Hey, that problem with Ira, I think what's going on is some of these contracts that you get, you might have a pretty good amount of talk and text, but you might only have like 20 gigs of data.
No, they screwed him, and he wanted to go cheap, and as you can hear, he has no idea what anyone's talking about, so he went cheap, and the guy should have said to him, it's costing him 45 cents a minute over his allotted time.
Right, but,
I haven't heard charges like that. I mean, 10, 15 years? I haven't heard anything that stupid. That's ridiculous.
Like I said, though, they might have tricked him into getting some data. Just in case he ever wants to play a game or something on his phone.
He does all of that. He needs to get whatever kind of phone.
If he doesn't actually go to his app and actually stop it.
He doesn't know any of that. He doesn't know any of that stuff.
That's what I'm telling
you. All right. It's impossible. And you can't get him to stop things. So he's a nut, Victor. He's not right in the head. Let's get it out in the open.
I'm telling you. Tell him to just pay like $10, $15 1 month.
You know what, Victor? All right, fine. I'm going to fly Bob out to you and tell you to be quiet. All right, let's go to Trucker Bob. Yes, Trucker Bob. It's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Exactly. Tom's handling the situation, Victor, so butt out. Hey, you know that Bruce who just called? I'm willing to send him my synthetic dolphin for a couple weekends if he'd like. Just as a friend of the Jay Thomas Show.
Your synthetic dolphin? What does that mean?
Yes. Ever since I was listening to his show,
that's your dolphin?
Are another way of satisfying people on the road, if you know what I mean.
What is it, a vaginal slit? Is that what you have in that dolphin?
Genital slit.
No, it's a
genital slit. Well, genital, vaginal. It's a female dolphin. And the males, have a thing. They don't have a slit. They have a They have a bobber, like they have a lure that comes out of them. All right, Trucker Bob, thanks. You're no help at all. Thank you. I did go to Vegas over the weekend, and I went with my buddies that are these big gamblers, and a couple of them have gotten divorced, and they're in their 50s. The kids are, older. They gave the wife whatever, and now they are trying to live the way that they think. I guess they think the way that I lived years ago, or people lived. They think they've missed something. And it's so funny because they're just being, and they're attractive guys, and they have money, and they're smart guys, and big businesses and all. And so what they're doing is they're going up to these clubs, and I've been to these clubs before, at these Vegas hotels. The one we went to was at the Cromwell called Drea's. You ever heard of that one? I think the Kardashians have been there. They'll pay people sometimes, like Lindsay Lohan or whatever. They'll pay them. Yeah, pay them. Well, no, they just go and they have a thing, $100,000. So I think to get a table, and they'll bring these big bottles of booze to you, like vodka or bourbon or whatever, and I believe it's hundreds of dollars for the booze, like $500 a bottle. Yeah. And then the table is $700 or $800. And so he calls me up, texts me, says, "Hey, I'm up at this thing. Let's go." I go, "Wait a minute. We were there a few years ago, and the bill came, it was like $2,000. And the women were jumping all over the place or whatever. It's a total scam. But it's the patrons that are scamming you, because they know that there are people that are spending a bunch of money in these private rooms that overlook the dance floor. And there's thousands of people at these clubs on the roofs of these hotels. So he says, "I don't care. I have plenty of money. I'm divorced. I don't care." So I meet him up there, and it's him and two women that were attracted to the fact that he had this private cabana thing. And so there's the bottles of booze there, and I don't drink much. I pour like a thing, and these girls are going, oh, this is so funny, and we're having a nice time, and they are attractive. And so they're pouring the booze, and they're having mixers and all that, and it's just the four of us, and we're standing there, and then people are dancing. Next thing you know, one of the women says, "Hey, do you mind if a few of my girlfriends come in here to my buddy?" "No, I don't mind." So they go out, and they get a couple of girlfriends, and then a guy comes in there with them. And the guy, they're all nice, by the way. And they're all like not over 30 years old. He comes in, and they all say thank you. They're so polite. "Oh, thank you." And they pour out of the $500 of booze, right? So then the guy comes over to my pal and I, and he goes, "Hey, I'm a pilot for American Airlines." I said, "Oh, we're both pilots." "Really?" And I say stupid stuff about F-14s and how we fought in Grenada and Desert Storm. I say all of this nonsense to this guy, who I don't think is a pilot. He says, "Do you mind if I bring a couple of friends in?" And my buddy says, "No, not at all." Before it was over, now this is 2 a.m, the place was packed with people. And I think my buddy's bill was like $5,000. $5,000.
Yeah.
Crazy, right, Steve? Crazy. And it was packed with people. They couldn't have been nicer. Thank you. Pouring. Men, women, and women, half naked and everything else. So the next morning I go, what happened? Of course, I'm sure he hooked up with somebody or whatever. Before I left, a girl came over to me with her, her underwear showing, and her stomach sticking out and tattoos and the whole thing. Very cute. She wanted to know if I wanted to buy her last bag of Coke. She says that to me. And I go, "No, but I have my last bag of meth. Do you want it? Do you want me to, Oh, yeah, I had a field day. Unbelievable. And he wanted to do it the next night to see Calvin Harris. You know him, the DJ? Oh, yeah. We got invited to but he said, But, you want to help me with the table. I said, are you nuts? No, I'm not going to help you with the table. Are you crazy? So he invites me to dinner before they go up to the Calvin Harris thing, which is $1,500 for the table. $1,500 just to get in. And we have dinner, and he's got two of the women from the night before, right? So we all sit down, and so one woman starts telling us about her life. She got 4 kids, the husband left her, and he's some famous guy on TV with muscles or something or other, and he helps people work out. And what's funny is all 4 of her kids are fat. She says this to me. All 4 of her kids are fat. I go, and we're all pretty thin, and I go, well, why don't you, how come your kids don't look like you or your husband? She goes, I don't know. I can't get them to stop eating. They're playing, video games all the time. They just eat and they're getting fatter and fatter and fatter. I can't stop them. And I go, okay. She's got like a tattoo on her arm that is, writing. It runs from basically, the, under the soft of her bicep, all the way to her,
to her elbow.
Her elbow.
Mm-hmm.
I said, wow, what is that tattoo? Does it say eat at IHOP? Like that. Well, my buddy's dying laughing. And the woman next to me, who's ridiculously gorgeous, visiting from Texas, she starts laughing. The idiot with the tattoo doesn't get the joke. Says, no, it's my children's names. So it's even funnier. That's the 4 fat kids' names. So and the girl keeps laughing. So my buddy, trying to say, hey, I'm kind of sitting here with a semi-celebrity. She goes, oh, you're so funny. He goes, well, he's on TV all the time. And she, really? And hands her the phone and shows her the David Letterman thing from Christmas. And she looks at it. Now, remember, the focus has left her for a moment. She acted like she was looking at somebody's pictures of their, family picnic or something. She goes like this, looking at me on David Letterman. She goes, oh, yeah, I really love David Letterman. Stopped the phone and handed it back to my friend because the focus had left her for a few more. Yeah, it's a weird world. They drink. My buddies don't do drugs. Had they offered them, they'd have, done all of them. And they stay out all night. They're attractive. And they're not hookers. That's just what they do. That's what they do. It's this huge world, And it's been like this for a long time. Have you ever been to one of those private seating areas, Steve? Ever been invited?
I've been in one, yeah. And I was in there, but it was way too expensive, and luckily other people were paying for it, so I was able to enjoy it.
You glom on.
Yeah, and I was very appreciative and thankful. You sure you don't mind me in here drinking? All right, thank you.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Everybody was very kind. Couldn't have been nicer. All of them. My question about Vegas, though, I love Vegas. And I saw things I hadn't seen in a long time. I actually saw a guy with 2 stumps for arms and 2 stumps for legs playing a guitar with one of his stumps. And he was actually good, playing a guitar with one of his stumps. And then I saw a trio of foreign cello players on one of those bridges. I don't remember. One guy was just floating in midair. Nothing was holding him up. And all of these people from Nebraska or Kansas or somewhere were just trying to figure out how he was floating in midair. Now, I'm walking down the street, heading for, the MGM Grand or whatever, and I wanted to push him over. I don't know how he was doing it either. I just wanted to shove him, but, oh, yeah, there's all these sideshows now. There's all kinds of people, are like doing, they're jugglers. It's kind of a sideshow kind of a thing. And then the casinos, the least expensive table after like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, $25, a limit. It's unbelievable. I mean, there's no more $10 tables or $5 forever. This is all on the Strip now. Oh no, it's big time. And I don't know how people are doing that either. Why does everybody look like shit though in Las Vegas? Why do they dress like that? And they all have logo shirts and shit on, they'll have like from some Bon Jovi tour from 10 years ago. They'll have really, I was stunned. And then the clothes that the women are wearing are really ugly. I mean, they're all like fashion victims. And at 2, 3 in the morning, families with babies in carriages.
Oh, yeah.
Up and down the strip. I mean, it is. I mean, when foreigners come to the United States and they see this, they've got to be just in absolute shock. You know, you got Fashion Week there in New York, where they're showing Dolce and Gabbana and Versace and all. I don't know who wears that shit, but there was no one in Las Vegas that I saw that had anything that looked like it had cost them anything to put on. Even the so-called, hot, outfits were all from H&M for like $20. So I don't know who wears all that shit. If I was a dictator, when I took over, I would put all of these bullshit designers in jail. First week. Because it's total bullshit. Nobody wears that shit. Nobody. Go online and look at them walking down the fucking runway. Who's going to wear that shit? No one. And you have Uma Thurman, and you have, Jennifer Lawrence, and everybody, Johnny Depp in the front row. Give me a break. You're not wearing that shit either. None of them. Who buys that shit? And then the Academy Awards and all. Now, here's what's great, and I think it's wonderful. You can knock all that shit off, and you can't get sued.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I found that out the other day. But Degas said this about New Orleans. The terrible thing about New Orleans is the decay. And the wonderful thing about New Orleans is the decay. Same thing about Las Vegas. I love all those people. I love all those freaks. So then I went downtown looking for $5 blackjack or something because I thought they'd done something with downtown. They haven't. They haven't done shit. They put a covering over the top of it. And it's like even worse if that's humanly possible. I just don't. It's like dress up. Wear. I don't get the logos. Everybody was wearing some sort of a logo thing, and they all look like a stock car that kind of looks like Fat Bastard with logos on it. That's what they all look like. Huge people. And when you gamble, when you're at the table, everyone's guessing what to do at the blackjack table. They're guessing. So the dealer has, an 8-up or whatever. All the cards come around. Here's the rule. You keep hitting until you either beat what the dealer's got or lose. The odds are it's an 18. So they'll have a 13. They'll have a 13. And they're there deciding, what should they do? What should they do? What am I going to do? And so I'm at the table going, you ought to really just keep hitting into the, you got to keep hitting because he's got you beat on the table. What do you mean? Well, that 8 means he has an 18. Really? How do you know that? Well, I go, it's in the book, The dealer says to me, those books don't mean anything. I go, what are you talking about? There are mathematical odds. So I get in this huge discussion with people at the table, right? Then I went and played the penny poker thing like Ira does. That's a scam, too. That's a huge... I don't know how he wins anything. This poor bastard. Let's go to Jet, who's in Texas. Yes, Jet, it's Jay Thomas. By the way, Christina, Tom, and Ira are on the street, and we'll be talking to them from the phone store in just a minute. Yes, Jet, go ahead.
Hey, Jay, I just got back from New Orleans. It was my first trip there. Went on a bachelor party.
Hey, were you in the airport when the guy pulled the machete out?
No, I was not. Thank God.
And by the way, all of his neighbors said how wonderful he was. Well, I pick up the paper today. Guess what? He's mentally ill. Or he's dead.
Nonsense. Right.
A complete nut. And they were saying how great he was. And everything. Because in New Orleans, I guess he looked normal to everybody.
Yeah. Well, they're just populated by a bunch of absolute idiots on their bachelor party.
Well, the bachelor party thing is the same thing in Vegas. Just tons of guys walking down the street, and I'm thinking, I don't even think women would take their money to screw them.
No, probably not. I just wanted to.
Did you have whores? Did you have whores at the party?
No, we did not. No, we did not. No whores.
No whores.
That was, strictly forbidden. No, but
Forbidden.
I feel like Bourbon Street is like the 6th Street of Austin. Like the locals don't even go within a
No, and it's
radius of
ridiculous.
there.
And at
It is.
midnight or 1 o'clock, it's taken over by gang members.
Yeah.
So you should be out of there by then.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Well, I don't. You know what? You don't need to go there. You should have gone on Frenchman, where all the
I
music
did.
is, and
we
where
did.
most.
That was the second night
Okay.
we went there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see if you felt the same way about Bourbon Street as I did.
But that's been true for 100, 200 years. Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I'm
That-
sure. Well, it was
all
my
the
first time
scumbags.
there, so yeah.
Yeah, and everybody wants to walk down it, but but New Orleans. I mean, listen, the locals are having just as much fun in all those music venues all over the city. The
man.
locals are going nuts
we
and
caught
staying
a
out
great
till
band.
5, 6 in the morning. Yeah, great
Yeah,
bands.
yeah, great
Well, that's
music,
good.
great. But
And no one got laid at the bachelor party.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, a couple did, but they weren't.
Oh, they
whores.
did.
They were just randoms.
Those are whores. That's called a
Well,
whore.
they were unpaid whores, so they're terrible
Yeah.
at their job.
Well, no, you bought them drinks. You did something with them. All right.
There you go.
I'm glad you
All
had a
right,
good
thanks, man.
time.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely. Thank you.
Christina, where you're like 0.3 miles away. How's it going? Did he stop anybody?
So far, so good. No, he was very busy talking to Tom's driver, Jim. He was filling him in on what's happening with his cell phone. So he was distracted.
Are
and
you
very
driving or are you walking the 0.3
No, we walked.
miles?
We walked the 0.3 miles.
And what's Jim do for a living? He works with Tom, but
You work with Tom, correct? He works with Tom.
is he
At
Jewish
AP
by any
Company.
chance?
Are you
Jewish?
by any chance Jewish? No.
No,
No,
not
unfortunately
negative. He's
not.
An ex-army guy. Negative. That's what they say. So now you're at the store. Have you explained it to everyone?
Yes, we have explained it. We're speaking with a very nice young woman named Sienna, and she is
Yeah.
trying to help Ira with his coverage and his plans.
Her name is Hannah?
Sienna.
Sienna. May I speak
Yes.
to her for a moment?
One moment, please.
Yes.
Do you mind speaking with Jay Thomas? Who's that?
Who's that?
That's
Hello?
fine. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead. Jay, hello?
Yes. Sienna, this is Jay Thomas at Sirius XM, and we're on the air live, and I won't say anything to embarrass you. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Is that okay with you?
Sure, not a problem.
Sure. So my friend Ira, who is works, and I'm a broadcaster, and after this event is over, you go to jthomas.com, and you'll see this person that when you about 20 years ago you'd have been very excited to be talking to. But he apparently doesn't know what he signed up for, and his bill is very high. And that man Tom and that other guy there are there to help him and get an explanation, because he is he's a wonderful man, but he doesn't understand how the phone works and the bills and all that. Do you think you can help him, Sienna?
Yeah, I'm going to try my best.
Okay, good. And now remember, you're dealing with someone who doesn't know what's going on, okay?
Yeah, so I'm just
But all those people are there to help him, all right?
Yes, he has a whole team. It's quite amazing.
He has a team. That's exactly right. He's got a team. That's right. And are you a religious person, Sienna?
Yes, I am.
You'll sit at the right hand of God after you do this. All right?
I should hope so.
No, I'm not kidding. Wait, you'll see. You're gonna. I don't know when your lunch break is, but you're gonna need one when this event is over. Would you hand the phone to Ira, please? Ira, the weatherman, is at the Sprint store, 0.3 miles away. We'll leave the phone open. I know what
That's
we
right,
do.
Jay.
Yes. How's it going there?
So-so.
Just so-so.
So-so.
Everyone seems so up, didn't they, Steve?
Yeah.
And then it's all this so-so for him. Everyone seems to think it's going to turn out well. Why do you say so-so? That's kind of a negative. Well, what's bringing you down, Ira? What is it?
Nothing.
You're afraid it's going to cost you a lot of money, aren't you?
That's right.
I know. That's what it is. Well, Ira, you'll have to listen carefully, have them write it all down, and hopefully your team. You have a team.
Write it
now.
all down.
Write it all down. All right. Let me talk to Tom real fast.
Tom wants to talk to you.
It's like calling home at Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Put Ma on the
Yes.
phone.
Put Ma on the phone. Yeah.
Yes, this is Tom. How can I help you?
Tom, how's it going? It's Jay Thomas. You're doing God's work now. How was the walk over?
Very nice. We had Ira follow us. We were walking down the street. We saw
a lot of crazy people in Times Square, and we got him to the store pretty quick.
And he didn't stop and talk to every Jewish person?
No, we made sure that he didn't stop so that we could get him here right away.
Good. And now you have this wonderful woman, Sienna, and hopefully you'll figure this out. For some reason, Ira didn't bring his credit card, so I don't know how you'll pay. How anybody's going to pay for anything.
Well, no, it's okay. We're gonna get the manager to come over and get him a credit also, because he shouldn't be on the plan that he's on.
Wow. Nice. Okay. And if there is any expense and you have to pay for something, that's just tough shit. Okay, Tom? That's how it works in the Jay Thomas show. All right.
You want to talk to Christina now?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, hold on.
Hello?
You know, when you go to these clubs and there's the private table that costs a lot of money and you just sit there but you don't pay for anything, Christina?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That guy, Tom, I wanted to pay for everything for Ira, just like one of those tables.
Right. I got you.
Let him pay. You got it.
Right on.
So you want to leave the phone open, or how do you want to work it?
It's up to you. If you want to put me on hold, or I don't know.
Yeah, put her on hold, and we'll go back to him. Put him on hold.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Or Sienna.
The other thing I saw in Vegas, a young dad, will have this weird hairdo where like the hair both sides are combed to the middle, and there's like a wave, a peak. It's not like a mohawk. He's got hair, and it's not spiked, but it's just combed to the middle, and so he looks really stupid, but he likes the hairdo.
Is it a comb over, though?
No.
No, he's just kind of faux hawking it, if you will?
Yeah, it's a faux hawk, and it's stupid looking. The baby had the same hairdo. The kid in the stroller.
It's about the only hairdo a baby really can have. They don't have much hair.
No, but the father had an idiotic hairdo, and then there's the kid. Oh, I'm playing blackjack, and this Asian woman, I moved some money. It was one of these blackjack tables that had this side bet. You know, you could bet something if you got like suited cards or something. You win extra money. So every now and again, I'd throw some money on this little side bet. And this is what she does. Table full of people. Yo, take money. Before God come, you might take money. Like that. And I go, and she points to the cameras. Yeah, I see everything. They say, you move money. And I am absolutely stunned. I have no idea what she's saying. I know she's telling me that I've moved my money too soon, or she's paid me early and I took the money, and then I bet before she'd paid everybody something. And I say to her, I am so sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. And she goes, yo, my money, move the money, take the money like that. I turn to the guy next to me. Do you have any idea what she's saying? And he goes, I have no idea what she's saying. I asked everyone at the table, and we got into a discussion of what this woman was telling me I had done wrong. I'm not kidding. We're at this crazy table. And she continued. The pit boss, nobody came over to help us. No one. And so we finally deciphered that I was moving my money after she'd pay me for something. I would take my money off, and then I'd put my bet back waiting for the next hand, right? And I needed to keep it open until she paid everybody. No one helped, and I want to tell you, it was really difficult to not seem, racist. You know what I mean? She did not have command of the English language, and she was dealing at a major casino. She wasn't mad, but she thought she was. So when I said to her, I don't understand what you're saying, I thought she was going to call someone over, but that would be bad for business for her, right? To admit that the patrons couldn't understand her. And I got a laugh out of it. And I turned to the guy next to me and I went like this, excuse me, Emily. He did the same thing. So I turned him in. But you don't pick on him, you pick on me, don't you? Like that. Well, everybody starts laughing. I go, same thing in my family. I'm not my mother's favorite. Big laugh. Emily, no smile, no nothing. Just stares at me. Looks at me. I should have gone, Mo! And by the way, after that, I started winning like crazy. Isn't that funny? how something goes down and you think it brings you luck? I really believe all that shit. I don't know why. I was at another table, and I started winning a bunch of money, and a guy to my left, we were kind of playing together, his wife comes up, sits to my right, and he starts telling her what to do across me, and it really threw my vibe off.
Yeah.
And I started losing. I absolutely believe in that shit.
Did you not yell at her?
And then, no. I by the time I looked up, I realized what it was. It was her.
Because a lot of people are very particular that if you invade their space at one of these tables, or they'll let you know. They'll call the scene.
No. Husband's to my left, wife is to my right, but she just sits down and is going to bet a couple of hands, and he starts helping her, which was okay, but it was like across me, and she doesn't know what to do when he gets upset with her or something, but they're across me. So it's okay, and now I start losing. Then there was a loser from a crap table. And remember, I have mesophobia. So I could hear him at the crap table going, come on, oh, God. Well, that loser moves to my blackjack table. And as soon as that fucking loser sits down, we're done. Table's ruined. Ruined! You know, the most fun is when I was in a big car jam in Primm, Nevada. So I got off for 3 hours and I just gambled and ate while the traffic was all jammed up. Yeah, what an exciting time. What an exciting time. And listening to terrestrial radio. Unreal. Hi, the Mike Church Show. How you doing? Oh, that's my friend Mike Church. It wasn't him. Sorry. The guy was better than... His name was Mike Church, though. Wow. He stole my friend's name. I'm going to sue him.
The biggest hits of the 60s came from Detroit, sunny California, England. We bring the 60s hits home. Counting down the most popular songs from this week in the 60s. The 60s Satellite Survey, Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. On Sirius XM, 60s on 6.
That wasn't too bad, was it? We told you it would be quick. Now, do your part and give us a call. 866-99-INDY. Now, here's Jay Thomas.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice.
Quite a while back, I guess 1994, Nancy Kerrigan was a famous ice skater, you know, well-raised, you know, had expensive lessons and stuff. And then there was kind of a trailer park trash gal from Portland, Oregon, named Tanya Harding, and she was, you know, tough. You know, she was rough trade. And so Nancy Kerrigan would probably have defeated Tanya Harding, and Tanya wanted to get that gold medal, or at least medals of some sort. And so she got her boyfriend to crack poor Nancy Kerrigan. And it was a huge deal. And then Tanya Harding got to the Olympics, believe it or not. She had to be, I mean, she was really good. It got to the national championships and stuff. And it was a huge scandal. Let's welcome Viviana Oland and Matt Harkins to the Jay Thomas Show, you're putting together a museum to commemorate.
Correct.
Wow, this is unbelievable. And someone that listens, I don't know who it was, said that I should have you guys on. Do you know who it was that recommended you? Come on.
I think it was through Jill Simon.
Oh, Jill. I do know Jill.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend, yeah.
Oh, right, and she's friends with Madison.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
She's
know
got a lot of
Madison.
friends.
Yeah, and Jill's an agent. That's
you're
exactly
correct,
that's how it was.
Hi.
Actually, Jill co-hosted the show. Well, welcome to the show. And you guys live in New York. You're both stand-ups, and you're husband and wife, or
No, Matt's gay.
Yes. How dare you? How dare you out me?
He just outed him
you know
on
what?
national
That didn't take long at all. Well, after you're married, sex means nothing.
Yeah, so we're
it's okay.
practically married. We live together,
Right.
spend every second together.
Yeah.
It's the best relationship I've ever had.
Ditto.
So we're really
Do
going
you
with it.
judge the men that Matt brings home?
I don't know. Do you? It hasn't been many lately, but
Yeah, for some reason we're not meeting a lot of men through this. It's weird.
yeah, we really just become. I guess the museum has just taken over our lives.
Well, I don't know. I thought that we would pick up a lot of guys. We own a museum, and it doesn't work.
You mean you thought that would be a real magnet for relationships?
yes.
It really did, though.
It did not happen at all. I think before this happened, we got a lot more play. And,
Yeah, a lot
Maybe
more
if
force.
it's
shut
not a
down.
museum on figure skating.
Yeah, I thought at least Matt would.
think I would be
Sure,
doing
yeah.
great.
But mine just shut down.
But wait a minute. You're choosing something. Most people that know about this are either my age or dead. So you're choosing something that happened a long, long time ago.
Well, we already chose
And-
it, and we can't redo it now.
No. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. But it's still a long time ago. So you understand. You probably will get hits from older people.
Yeah, I was on Grindr, and I was talking to somebody, and I did mention like Tanya Harding, and they said who?
Yeah.
But we're here to
Oh, no.
educate the younger people. That's
So
what we do in our dating
here's,
life anyway.
for those that don't remember it, it was 1994. It was Nancy Kerrigan was going to the Olympics. Was Tanya Harding also accepted on the Olympic team? Had it all happened yet? Or?
This all happened during the 1994 National Championships, which is
Right.
where they compete to see who goes. And
Right.
Tanya was like a next level figure skater. She was the first one to land the first American, not just woman, to land the triple axel. But she
Really?
she was phenomenal. But the judges hated her. They hated her outfits. They hated her attitude. And
She was poor.
She was poor. She
Poor.
came from a really abusive background.
I met her personally.
Oh my God, how was
Whoa.
it? Tell us everything.
I met her at a bowling alley. I'll tell you after you tell me.
Of course, it's at a bowling alley.
Sounds right.
That's so real.
Me and the actor Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh my God.
What?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Break it down
No,
for
I'm not
us.
joking. I'm not joking. Me, Richard Dreyfuss, Jean Louise Kelly, that actress who had one of those unfunny TV shows that no one laughed at, and
We
we're
love
all
those.
doing we were doing Mr. Holland's Opus, the movie. William
my
H.
God,
Macy
such a good movie.
from Shameless was there. We're all there,
You guys just
and
all
we're
go bowling?
We're out bowling. Yeah, it's like. You're doing a movie. You're bored. They try and do things to keep you all together.
Yeah.
We're stuck in Portland for months, and we had a great time. And so we were all bowling, and we had like 3 or 4 lanes, and everybody's bowling. The makeup people and the director, everybody's there, and all of a sudden there's a little buzz, and there's Tanya Harding, and she's with this guy and a can of beer. And sitting on the guy's lap, wearing the blue jeans with the butt crack showing, and it was after the. It would have been 95. This would have been 19.
That is right
I think
in the
we made,
thick of it.
Yeah, but I think it had already been over, and she was back. I don't think she'd competed yet again or whatever. And yeah, it was. And you look at the guy, and he had. It's awful to say because we have a lot of working class people that listen, but it was rough trade. Everybody that was bowling was rough trade, and they were drinking and all that. And she looked over, and I think she recognized me first, or said, "I know you from somewhere." And I was TV or something, right? Cheers or Murphy Brown, one of those shows I was on, and I looked back at her, and I said, "Holy shit." And someone said, "Jay, that's Tanya Harding." I go, "Come on." And she goes, "Yeah, it's me," like that. Oh my God. So Dreyfuss comes over and the cast comes over, and we made a big deal out of her. And she sees Richard, "Oh, it's him, and here's the boyfriend." And we all bullshitted. I think we bought them a round of beer or whatever the deal was. And, they went back to bowling. And, every time she bowled, her butt crack would show with the tattoo. Or she has a tattoo or whatever it was. Yeah, so we met her. And, and so I think what you're dealing with is she really didn't have a nice outfit.
She made her outfits. People made her outfits.
Yeah.
And Nancy had a Vera Wang gown. She had handlers. And personally, I think we just blame the men in the situation, Steve Galooly. So it's like she just had these terrible people around her. So I think when you're in, she was and we've talked to a lot of people who were around during that time, and there's just no way that she wasn't in an abusive relationship. So I anything that
who was it? Tanya was in a
with the guy who did the whacking. Yeah, with her husband at the time.
Now, you have a map here, and it's a map. It's almost like the Kennedy assassination. It's brilliant, by the way. It's fucking brilliant. And tell Jill, thanks for me. Where is the museum itself? Is it in your apartment?
It's in our apartment. We just moved into a 2-bedroom, and it doesn't have a living room or closets. And it's not renovated, but there's just this really long hallway. And we were like, we got to do something with this. And then we decided to make it the Tanya Harding Nancy Kerrigan Museum, which I think is just good use of space. So
at least you didn't.
So people pay an amount of money. People pay an amount of money, ring the bell like in Seinfeld, and you let them up to the museum.
It's actually for the Kickstarter we did, it was $75 and you'd get a tour. But now it's gonna be free. If you want to leave $20 on our dresser, feel free. But basically, we're gonna follow the rules of online dating, where it's you have to contact us, you have to look like your pictures, you have to have a social presence, and if we like you, come on up and we'll walk through our living room together and have some Diet Coke.
Yeah, and we already had somebody who bought the package. Her name's Samantha Mocker, and she came over and stayed for 2 hours.
And we had so much fun.
A great time. Just a total stranger, and then we just had Diet Cokes and talked about Tanya and Nancy and figure skating.
We just ordered food. We're just basically making friends with other people who are girls and gay guys, and it's just really fun.
So do you look through the people in your apartment to make sure they look like their picture, or do you go down to the buzzer and
we're still
question them through the door? I mean,
we're gonna meet around the corner.
Yeah, well, we meet at the bodega across the street.
Well, we're still building it. It's opening April 18th. We're having an opening gala. There's tickets for that online. You can go to our website, THNK1994.
Can Christina and Steve get a couple of tickets?
Oh my God, they totally can.
Yeah,
you guys
sure.
will come?
Amazing. Of course, I
Comp
want.
list done. VIP what? Okay.
Yes, I'm getting a Diet
No, but I
Coke,
mean,
you
you're going to
guys.
give
I
them
could even
free
bring
tickets.
Diet
Free tickets, yeah. Comp VIP free. Go.
And Steve, can you bring some sort of a video, audio device that we can hear the excitement? If I was in
our
town,
cell
I would be
phones.
there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can carry those with us.
Yeah, we can cover
carry
this
those
whole
with
thing
us.
for you, Jay.
Yeah, please cover it. We're doing that now. So if you're interested, it's you on Twitter. How do you?
We're on Twitter, Instagram, everything, but our website has everything, which is THNK1994.com. And that's kind of our central hub now. But we're still building the museum.
That's
so it's
pretty funny.
Open
That's
April
Think,
18th.
isn't it? That's kind of
Without
Tanya
the
Harding,
I, yeah.
Nancy Kerrigan. It's Think.
Isn't that perfect?
1990. It's very perfect. It's unbelievable.
It's too perfect,
unreal.
right? How did it all fall
Yeah.
together? So after April 18th, we're gonna do the tours and stuff. We haven't. It's very unofficial. We're just asking people to be cool about it.
You sound just like Shoshona from Girls.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not what's her name?
You're right.
What's the?
Got it.
Is it right? You sound just like her. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about we're gonna have a lot of discussions about this. I feel like.
When we get home.
No, you do. You sound just like her. Just like her. Do you watch Girls? You watch the show?
I don't. So I don't know if that's a compliment. I'm gonna guess it is.
It's good.
It's a compliment. You just sound like her. It's,
So in this
she's
tour,
ditzy. She's kind of ditzy.
Yeah, that's kind of my.
She's
that's
David
kinda my
Mamet's
game.
daughter.
Oh, David
You'd-
Mamet's daughter. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day.
So with
So,
the
Christina,
tour,
go ahead.
Do they enter your bedroom? Is it one bedroom that you have to split?
No, there's the hallway, and then there's the kitchen, and then there's one bathroom off that. It's like living on a boat. There's two bedrooms off to the side, so you can't come in there unless you're like, I don't know, a hot
just
guy.
making sure.
Yeah.
Like unless we're gonna do something afterwards. But that's like, you know,
One Diet
different.
Coke, you're going to go in and do something.
Who knows?
So if somebody came in and wanted to smoke a joint while they were enjoying the museum, would
Out
you
the
allow
window.
that?
You have to do it out the window.
And if they're
Oh,
going
you
to
blow
share
it out the window?
Yeah,
blow
okay,
it out
that's
the window.
fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
because you're talking
Steve?
about two.
Fine, right?
Yeah.
And they should probably do it on Viviana's side. She's the Tanya, so that would be the Tanya side.
Yeah, you can't do it. That's the Nancy, so you can't. You have to be clean in his room. My room is so gross and cold.
And you have awards when people. Is the Kickstarter campaign over?
It is over. We asked for $75. Originally, we were just going to blow up pictures really large at Dwayne Reed, but then we raised over $2,000. So we've like totally converted the space. Our friend Samantha Barker came by, and our new friend who we met online, and she's like a set designer. So she's a playwright, but she helped us totally design the hallway. It looks totally different. But the really cool thing is that we've been like, apparently there are so many diehard Tanya Harding fans and Nancy Kerrigan fans, and like we've gotten people to make like fan art for us. So we're like going to be like the hub for that. We're getting all this amazing art. We got this diorama, just beautiful stuff people are sending in, and so that's going to be a part of it too.
Where else are you getting some of your artifacts?
eBay.
eBay is a big. I feel like a lot of museums use eBay.
Yeah.
What do you have artifact wise? Now let's go back to that. This map. Is that something you drew, or is it something you found online? This map.
We made the map, but the artifacts we're buying online, and they range from like anything. I mean, there's a lot of magazines, so like anything from like the National Enquirer all the way up to like the New York Times. And then besides that, we have other like very legitimate artifacts. That we met this woman Lois Elfman, who was a reporter who covered the championships in 1994 and just figure skating in general, and she gave us a backstage pass to the championships where this all happened. She gave us a pin from the 94.
What was the let's go over the venue.
Yeah.
So Tanya Harding and her husband at the time, was there her husband at the time?
It was her husband.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, and a friend of his, they decide they're going to whack, literally, Nancy Kerrigan. They're going to hit her knees. She won't be able to perform, and then Tanya will be the American champion.
Well, based on this documentary we saw.
Yeah, it's all based because we saw the documentary.
The Price of Gold by Nanette Burstein on Netflix. Based on that, Tanya's husband had this plan because he wanted to basically make more money off of Tanya. So he thought if he got Nancy out of the equation, that would happen. So he hired people that he was just friends with to kind of make this happen. To
Tanya
attack
never admitted
Nancy.
guilt, and she was only prosecuted for knowing about it afterwards and not telling anybody.
Yeah.
So she never accepted guilt for that.
So then at the practice for the championships was at the Joe Louis Cobo Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Nancy was leaving the ice, and then she was attacked on her way out. And we talked to some people that apparently the security guard who was supposed to be watching the door when this all happened, he was busy eating a sandwich. So he was not there. He was on his lunch break.
Yeah, that's how the guy got away. So we'd love to get our hands on that sandwich.
If anybody has any leads, like any ideas what kind of sandwich it was, anything like that, that would be very important.
Artifact we really want to get.
You know, Detroit is in such trouble. They tore down the football stadium and all this stuff. Is that still there? Is the Joe Louis Arena still active? Is it still happening?
That's a very good question that we do not know.
As far as I know.
So you've never been to the Joe Louis Arena?
No.
No, we don't go on a lot of trips. You stand around
Well,
a
no,
lot.
you need to get more money from this Kickstarter and take the train to.
We do have a donate button on our website, so if you want to send us to Detroit,
we'd love
feel free.
Yeah, go to Detroit and And
we got
if
to
it's
talk
still
to
there,
some sports radio guys in Detroit who were around during that time, and they had met Tanya and stuff, and they told us that sandwich story, but it was really cool because they were in it.
And so now we do have the horrifying sound of after Nancy Kerrigan was struck. She yelled, "Why me? Why me?" I believe was the.
I don't know, some hard black stick. Something really, really hard. Help me. We're gonna get you
She was hit with a hard black stick.
just so people don't get too down right now, like, it was just like a bruise, and she still got to skate in the Olympics. So it's like,
Well, that's the other thing.
fine.
When we watch this documentary, they find out, like, so we immediately get on Tanya's side. We watch the documentary because you find out all these things that were kind of working against her, the people she had around her, she had nobody, really.
She had no team, no handlers.
Nobody.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, but then you hear about, learn more about Nancy, and you kind of find out that in her own way,
She was a bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, secretly shady, I feel like is a good way of putting it. Like,
What do you mean shady?
The shadiest move. She showed up, and it was perfect because she had different people around her who were helping her.
She deserved
and,
the shade.
I mean, she trained herself back to like fighting condition to go back to the Olympics. She did that. She just focused on that. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then she gets there, and then when they practice at the Olympics, she shows up to the rink to practice with Tanya Harding in the same rink, wearing the dress she was wearing when she was attacked. I mean,
and it's like virgin
Like in your
white.
face.
It's virgin white, and Tanya's in this terrible floral thing.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
just like,
Oh yeah, it looked like a couch, like a grandmother's couch.
And all the photos of them skating around, you just see Tanya looking out of the corner of her eye like, oof.
so much side
And then Tanya starts her routine, and her lace comes.
that's at the actual Olympics.
Yeah, that's the
during
long.
that
competition.
happened.
That was at the.
Wow.
Yeah, that was in the performance. That was the second, the long program that they were doing, which is the last performance they had, and then they would do that, and then there would be the medal ceremony, and Tanya went out and. She was a little bit late. They announced her name, and then everyone was like, she's not coming out. And then she sprints
So
on.
she made it to the Olympics also.
Yeah,
They
there
both
was
did, yeah.
two people that were going to, and poor.
I mean, that's pretty unbelievable that Tanya Harding did what she did, and certainly in a scumbag group of individuals. But making it to the Olympics, we're talking about something.
They're world class
based on
athletes.
skill alone. They were both. I mean. Like just the best at what they did, and that's what's so cool watching the footage of them is that you're watching, like, apart from all this other stuff, you're just watching people be really, really good at what they do.
The reason that I think Tanya has so many like hardcore fans, like this like New Zealand like hardcore Tanya Harding fan club, like reached out to us and was like, "Thank you for putting this long overdue project." But we're like, "Okay, thank you." But
Did you say we were stoned and giggling and needed $2,000 off a Kickstarter? So
we're like, "Oh, you're
thought of
okay. We'll send you a T-shirt." But it's like the American dream story where it's like upward mobility, right? It's like as long as you're the most talented, driven, as long as you like, no matter where you come from, you can make it. And she did. She made it to the Olympics like twice. This was like the second time she was in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but then it's like to see that, it's so inspiring, and then to see like somebody lose it all, it's just like it's such a roller coaster, And it's just like you can't help but like be moved.
Had she not gotten in the mess, she would have been the fan favorite because she had came from nothing, and no money to speak of, and taught herself how to do it at some public skating rink. Whereas Nancy Kerrigan was handled, managers, parents had, I guess, some money. I don't know what.
They actually had. They both kind of started the same from the same background, and it was just.
Oh, really?
It was just really like at the start where they were born, kind of similar kind of towns, just in different parts of the country, kind of similar upbringings, but it was just the people who were there, kind of bringing them up. Their family were
Same kind of income level, I think, but because just Nancy had a good support. She had a great mom, great dad, and like they would like really help her. And then like there's like this part in the documentary where like Tanya's like a teenager and she's calling her mom. She's like, "Hey, I placed this much," and she's like, Well, you messed up, didn't you? You messed up. And she's like, no, I didn't. I did good, Mom. It's just sad.
And her mom also always has a parrot on her shoulder.
Oh, she's just trash.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does. Watch the documentary.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, it does. She's
Do you have pictures of the mother with
Why,
the parrot?
yes, we do. Okay.
You remember the old actress Shelley Winters would always play that kind of mom, like, shut up, you don't know what you do. Shut up, Lolita, shut up.
Yeah,
you know.
That's Poseidon Adventures, Shelley Winters, right?
What? Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Shelley Winters always played that kind of mom. She was the mom of a blind girl in Sidney Poitier plays, obviously is a handsome black man, and he meets this blind girl in a park, and the blind girl falls in love with him.
She doesn't know he's black?
Right. And she goes back home, and Shelley Winters is the mom. And
God,
man, when Shelley Winters finds it's called something about birds or It's a discreet, and she makes the blind girl make beads all day long. She has the bead things and make. Yeah. It's a fabulous movie.
The blind girl.
Of course, Sidney
Patch
Poitier.
of blue.
Okay.
Patch of Blue. That's it.
Oh my God, we have to watch
and
that.
she's oh yeah, it's unbelievable film. And Shelley Winters is and I years later when I was trying to be an actor, she came to a theater and she was like that in real life. And it was kind of like a drinker, and we go like nobody was dancing at this party, and she goes, "Get up and dance!" Like in a movie. Like, I paid for all this. I paid for the band. I danced. Oh man, it was crazy. So we all got up, and we were made to dance. Yeah, that's the kind of mom she had.
That
so
reminds
what
me of the
happened?
story I heard about Kathleen Turner, where somebody was at a party she was at, and then she just, comes in drunk, and then she goes two girls. She says, "You two, make out."
Oh yeah, they're fabulous. Drunken actresses are fabulous, and actors.
All day.
Now, what happened to Tanya Harding? Where is she today?
She has a son. She got remarried. She went through, she had that thing where she had she was a boxer for a while. She had to do landscaping.
Really?
Just really.
She was a
fun.
boxer and did landscaping.
Yeah,
wow.
she was on the boxing circuit for a while. It's so sad, but I mean, still an athletic thing.
I bet she was good.
She's probably.
She was.
Yeah,
they
wanted. Yeah.
In the documentary, when you watch it, all of the it's kind of like a backhand compliment, but everyone just sort of keeps saying Tanya was more of an athlete than a woman. All these just really complimenting how athletic she was. I'm sure she was great.
And Nancy Kerrigan, what happened to her?
She doesn't skate much anymore. She just has kids, and she drives around in her minivan.
She covered this,
and her kneecap was hit. When you think about where she was hit, and now you've told me it was just a bad bruise, and it was terrible. She was attacked.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if I'm going to hit somebody, I'm gonna really hit them. So whoever hit them kind of didn't put very much force into it. You know what I mean? I mean, she was able to continue skating, so it was kind of like, when you really think you're going to do something, you get there and you just go, you pull back or you go halfway.
Yeah.
So not giving the guy a break, because he did some jail time, didn't he?
He was just some random guy they found, and that's actually how it came back around, because he could. Somebody emailed us. A lot of people were telling us their Tanya story. Somebody emailed us it was found out because this guy was at an IHOP. And he was so proud, he was boasting about it. And then somebody overheard it at an IHOP. And he just was not shut up about it. He was so proud. So they just found some rando.
Do you find people that are more attracted to Tanya or to Nancy?
Yes.
And they linger? What does that mean exactly when they're attracted? What's the personality profile of these people?
Well, our whole thing is you're either Team Tanya or you're Team Nancy, and Team Tanya is more of the underdog. I'm the Tanya. My room is dirtier. It's cold for some reason all the time. I've got kind of nothing to lose, so I'll just do anything. Matt's more of the Nancy. He's more put together. He's got long lines in his body. Those are the big
So
factors.
it's a body type and gayness makes you like Nancy Kerrigan.
Oh no, I don't think it's because I think there's plenty of
thin gay men go right
Tanya.
for Nancy, and sloppy, short, comedic women go for Tanya.
Generally, yeah. Generally,
I'm looking at both of you, and I'm trying to make a decision here. Howard, to be honest, once Nancy Kerrigan did that squealing, I just didn't like her. The way she was injured, I didn't like it. I don't know what that is, but
Be
it's
injured more gracefully.
Well, you know what? Yes, and she just seemed so. It was like, God forbid, someone struck the queen. It was a horrible thing. Run it again, please. This is what made me dislike her. Steve, run it again of Nancy Kerrigan being struck.
What happened?
The squealing. I hate the squealing.
I don't know, it's a hard black stick.
A black
Something
stick.
really hard.
Yeah. No. No. I remember that. I just didn't like her. Whereas if Tanya had been struck, she'd have gone, some motherfucker hit me in the knee.
Oh, she
right?
would have chased him down. I feel
she'd
like.
be like,
yeah.
Fuck that guy.
She'd have limped down the hallway. And
She would have ripped her skate off and cut him in the neck.
what did they hit her with? Did they find the weapon?
A collapsible police baton.
Yeah.
Did they find the weapon? Are there pictures of the weapon?
I don't think they ever found it. No.
Yeah.
Can you get your
Okay.
hand on one and then just say it's just like the?
Oh yeah.
All of our artifacts are very real.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're
I was
like
just
very
wondering.
real artifacts.
Okay. So how many artifacts do you have
I'd say over,
at
like-
your Williamsburg, which is in Brooklyn for those listening, at your Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan Museum? What number do you have that we could look at?
I would say over 15. I'd say we have like a good amount, and then we have like I'd say over about like 10 like really like good pieces of fan art. More are coming, and then just like a lot of pictures that we blew up. So you'll walk down the hallway, and we will like talk you through it, and we'll like give you the tour. It's 25 feet long, the hallway, and you get an 8-ounce Diet Coke when you come over, and it's just a fun time.
Yeah, and you'll learn a lot.
Have you tried to contact Tanya or Nancy Kerrigan to give you either a selfie or a little phone video, like a recommendation for the museum? Have you tried any of that?
Like a greeting or something?
So the New Zealand fan club claimed that they told Tanya Harding about it, and then somebody from the Boston Herald contacted Nancy, and both of them did not respond at all. So officially no comment. But we did we did get to talk to Nanette Bursting, who did the documentary that this all started from, and she's interested in coming by. So that is a pretty cool get for us. We're excited about that.
And you can run the documentary on a loop because it's public domain. You could just run it on a screen there in the museum, couldn't you?
Well, we have a couple video elements because I have an old phone.
And we have an iPad.
And we have an iPad.
Yeah.
And we've two, I think. And then we're going to have those on display so that you can actually see what they did.
Like
you can watch their long program routines.
Yeah.
And how do you get people to leave?
We're not great at that.
Yeah,
we aren't
no.
great at that.
But it's weird, isn't it? Somebody comes in and they just they keep looking and looking and they're staying. It's like that.
I think
that would seem to
I
be-
think we cap it officially at like 30-minute tour.
Yeah,
But
good.
like honestly, the thing is like you're not going to get the address unless like we've talked online a lot, and like I mean it's kind of like if you're interested in this at all, you are somebody who's going to be our friend anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like we have so much to talk about anyways. If you're like, we've like met one or two people that it's like, I don't want you to know where I live, and I don't want you to like ever talk to me again. And we're just like kind of trying to phase them out.
But the majority of everyone we met has just been great because we've just sat around and talked about this.
Yeah.
Now, I see, there were rewards for the Kickstarter. There was a Scott Hamilton, a Nancy Kwan, a Christy Yamaguchi, and it goes down. You have a Connie Chung package.
Yeah.
Why would you? She's a
there was
broadcaster.
She covered the Olympics that year for CBS.
Oh, she did.
And
yeah.
there's a
Connie
great
covered them?
interview with her and Tanya where Tanya walks out and she's like, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that.
Mhm.
We have a
Okay.
Connie Chung archway.
Yeah, the end of the museum
Okay,
is the Connie
cool.
Chung Memorial Archway.
Well, and I see plates, I see art, I see people looking over stuff. I see one of the, what do you call it when they use the it's a knitted picture of Tanya?
Cross stitch, yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
a
somebody
lot of cross stitches.
There's a guy who made us a plate. He showed us an example of another plate he made, which was Sir Patrick Stewart, or no, Sir Ian McKellen going down on Sir Patrick Stewart, and then he's making
So those
us
are
a
the
plate.
kind of people that this attracts.
You mean
as
going
well.
down? You mean sucking on him?
Oh yeah. But it's beautiful.
That's
it's beautiful.
part of the museum.
Well, that's an example of the artist's work. He's going to be making a new plate featuring
For
more
Tanya, yeah.
Nancy.
of wait a second of.
We don't want to get in his process. I mean, if
like,
it,
like, we
wait,
respect
wait.
artists tremendously.
Now, who's going down on who now? Who's?
Well, in the
art?
plate he originally showed us, it was Sir Ian McKellen going down on Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
They're both bare-chested, and it's
Jesus.
beautiful. It's
Yeah.
it's a plate.
Is that
It's
in the
very well made.
museum also as a little side?
We would
bar?
love to get that, but I
would
think
love
it's
it,
too
yeah.
hard to get. But he's making a Tanya Harding one, which will be on loan for us.
Wow. Is he going to have Tanya going down on Nancy?
Oh God, we hope not.
Well, that would be good. I think if there was
We're into guy.
sexuality
Straight
between them,
male, if you get
I
that.
think it would be. I think Tanya would be dominating Nancy Kerrigan.
Well,
Yeah,
that
she's
makes
definitely
sense.
the dom.
Viviana
She's definitely
Dom's
the
Yeah,
dom.
she'd be the
I
dom,
dom
yeah.
Matt all the time. We just fall
Yeah.
into that.
Let's go to Al of Iowa. Al, if you were anywhere near Williamsburg, Brooklyn, would you venture in to a Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan museum that's in a two comedians hallway?
You know, I probably would.
Really?
Because I'd want to see if they got that little bit of write-up that was about Michael Jackson and Tanya Harding, where they tried to get into a horse race track. They wanted to buy one.
What?
Yeah, she was going to handicap, and he's going to ride the 3-year-olds.
Oh.
You asshole, you got me. All right, get rid of it for being funnier. For being funnier than me. For being funnier than me. No good. Well, thank you very much for coming in. And Viviana Olin and Matt Harkins have the Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan Museum. You go to thnk1994.com and you can donate or whatever. And so Nancy she doesn't limp. She's doing fine. She wasn't horribly injured. How long did the ex-husband go to jail?
Well, he was arrested after that. I mean,
who was the guy?
Jeff Gillooly was the ex-husband. He actually, as far as I know, he copped a deal afterwards.
He did.
Yeah, and then the other two people, Sean Eckert and Shane Stant, were the people who actually served jail time. But then afterwards, Jeff Gillooly, who was her ex-husband, or was her husband at the time, he did end up going in jail for something else.
He was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Apparently, according
now,
to
do you have their mug shots? And you can also get the arresting officer stuff too. Do you have any copies of that?
That's a really good idea.
Well, we have
that's all available.
We have a photo that we got on eBay.
We could probably Google that. That's good. Yeah. Most of the museum is
that.
just like printing things we find out on Google. So
Yeah.
we are going to get that immediately. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Viviana and Matt,
Thank you.
Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan Museum. Thanks.
Thank you.
Much.
Hey.
My sleep number, as you know, is holding steady at about 75. I move it to 85. Last night, my wife announced that she had a rough night sleeping. And I said to her, you've got to change that sleep number. And she's working on that right now. You want a good night's sleep, you'll know exactly what's happening. You may have to move your number around, okay? It isn't a perfect world. Okay, let's not even pretend. But the sleep number bed has certainly changed my idea of getting a good night's sleep. And I have the i8, and the Sleep IQ technology just has been fabulous for me. You customize your sleep number, and now you can save $600 on the Sleep Number i8 bed. You can sleep just like your favorite Jay Thomas, rated #1 by a leading consumer magazine. Save $600 on the Sleep Number i8 bed, top rated by the leading consumer magazine. No better sleep. Find your sleep number at any of the 450 Sleep Number stores by going on sleepnumber.com. Sleepnumber.com. Tell them Jay Thomas sent you. It's sleepnumber.com. You want a good night's sleep just like me? They've got your number.
The Jay Thomas Show. Easiest show to get on.
Shut up and hang up. Shut up.
Shut up! Not exactly the easiest show to stay on. More with Jay Thomas on Sirius XM Indie right after this. Bills are paid. Mike is hot. Let's get right to it.
We're going on the air, Pip. We're going live. This is it, man. This is the payoff.
Here's Jay Thomas on Sirius XM Indie.
Burke, and there's... My God.
And an awesome hard black stick. Something really, really hard.
Something really, really hard. Yeah. Ira, the weatherman, do you remember that that day when Nancy Kerrigan was struck? It was 1994, and she was hit and she was unable to skate. Did you remember any of that, Ira?
I remember a little bit of that.
Just a little bit of that.
Yes.
You're not a big Olympic skating fan.
Oh, yes, she fell.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
No, she didn't fall. A man hit her in the knee so that his girlfriend or his wife could win and get in the Olympics and beat her. It was a criminal act.
It was a criminal act.
It was a criminal act. booked. And that's what those two people were doing. Would you like to go to that museum when Steve and Christina go to the museum?
I would like to go to the museum.
Well, there you go. Would you please include Ira, Christina, in the in your trip to the museum?
We can do that.
The shit we do here is so low rent and just so.
Just make
so
sure the
nothing.
reality
Maybe
show
we can
cameras
do
are there.
our show from there.
Yeah, right. We'll do that. That'll be a big tune in for everybody.
We'll do a reenactment.
Yeah,
I will
sure.
bring the pizza.
Yeah. Chris of Louisiana, the Jay Thomas Show. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
How you doing, Chris?
Hello, Chris.
Hey.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I was watching you on David Letterman that last time you were on, and
Yeah.
is that going to be your last time being on there?
Well, David Letterman's done, so yes, that's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
he's
right, well,
finished.
do you
I'm
ever
finished. Yeah.
do you ever regret going on there and not wearing your mailman uniform from Cheers?
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
What's so ridiculous?
Because it's like a showstopper. It's like a showstopper. If it was funny, Chris, I would let you do it, but it's not. Get rid. It's not just stupid. It's like, it's like that idiot from San Diego, that guy, and then the J now and all that. Jesus Christ! If you keep it up, I won't take any more phone calls soon. So go ahead, keep it up.
Make my job a lot easier.
Well, there you go. She wants you to do it. Let's go to Kevin, who's in Boston.
How you doing,
yes,
Kevin? Boston.
Yeah, Jay Thomas. Yeah, I'm good.
Boston Red Sox are going to lose the whole summer. The Yankees are going to win.
Let's hope not.
You know what? Let me tell you something about baseball.
I got a
wait a
curse
minute.
on
Wait.
Boston.
Yeah, hold on a minute. 182 games or whatever it is, and everybody's getting on. What is it? We're like 6 games in. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? That's what I mean. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
So when that whole
Nobody's played one regular game yet. It's all practice.
It's all been
games?
preseason.
Yes, it's
Please.
preseason.
Stop it.
Exhibition.
Fucking stop. 182. The dumbest thing. I love
162.
sports. Whatever it is. That's ridiculous. That's who. Oh, how many games are we in? Oh, we only have 140 left. Oh, God. I mean, it really is the dumbest schedule, stupidest thing I've ever. I mean, do you realize how many more? I don't even know where they get the money from to pay all these. I mean, it stuns me that people. 162 games. It just stuns me. Let's say it was 62 games or 80, half of them, whatever that would be. It's like, now you got something. It's like, in about 8 or 10 weeks, I would be interested in who's doing what. But 162? What do you, when you get to 100 games, it's still boring. Yes, Kevin, go ahead.
All right, so I was just going to say that when that whole Nancy Kerrigan thing went down, Kentucky Fried Chicken had a special. It was two small breasts and a battered leg.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Stop it. They're bringing up 1994 jokes that I probably bought from one of those joke services when I was at, Power 106 in Los Angeles. AJ of Staten Island. Yes, AJ, go ahead.
Yeah, Jay, I want to know, how can you ask about will it be Tanya Harding sex clips in there from the sex tape?
You know what? I didn't know about those. What have you seen those?
Yeah, I saw the whole sex tape.
Christina, are they gone? Or we can't call them back?
Yeah, they're gone.
They didn't mention the sex
Don't worry,
tape.
I will be at their apartment on April 18th.
Okay, we'll ask AJ will ask that
all
question.
sex tape
They've got to have the
questions
sex tapes. So AJ, do you see
and
do
they
you
have
see her
iPads
sucking? You think you're
Yeah,
sucking
she-
on people? And yeah.
She's with I think Jeff Galooly in that tape.
Wow. And does she look good? She had a skater's body. I mean, she worked out all the time.
Yeah, she looked pretty taut back then, but now she's on that comedian show when they do the dumbest criminals type of thing,
Yeah.
and she makes little comments about the tapes they show, the dumbest criminals and all that kind of
That's
stuff.
called interstitials. That's the term they use. They're always asking me, "Hey, you want to go on this show and do some of the interstitials?" I go, "No, I don't. I didn't know what those were." AJ, thank you. We'll have to check on the Tanya Harding sex tape. Thanks very much. Bob Are you in Ann Arbor?
I am.
Right. Yes.
I was driving home from Detroit the night that Nancy Kerrigan got kneecapped. That happened at Cobo Hall, not Joe Louis Arena. So if your people are going to open a museum, you might get a little bit better informed. The other thing is, if you've ever seen the 30 for 30 on ESPN about this, I think Tanya Harding got it mandated that she only be filmed from the neck up, because I think she probably goes about 300 pounds now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's always amazing to me, how these incredible athletes, and you see them, and then they're big and fat. And it's always odd to me. It's like, did they hate working out that much, or and I feel badly for Tanya, because she was just low rent from start to finish, and she could not get out of it. Just couldn't. It's really weird. It's like in your blood being. I mean, I know a lot of low rent people in New Orleans, and they're always into some low rent bullshit. And if they walk into a room of 50 people, they're going to find the 3 scumbags in that room. You know what I mean? They don't. You know what's funny? And my brother's like this. They don't like really nice people. They're boring. It's boring. It's like, if you're not going to, do crazy shit or run your boat into a bridge or do drugs or whatever, you're bored. It's boring. And so I always say to my brother, why don't you, he goes to the gym. So I said, why don't you meet somebody nice at the gym and just go over to someone and, nah, that's boring. Then you walk in the back, and his girlfriend has most of her clothes off, going, "Hey, where's my sweater? Where's my sweater at?" And I go, "What are you doing? My brother dies laughing. Thinks it's hysterical. Shut the fucking door. I don't have no fucking clothes on, asshole." And I go, What are you doing? Yeah, I'm not kidding you. That's where I sleep sometimes. And I'm just in the front room taking notes. That's all I do the whole time I'm there. I just take notes. All right, thank you very much, Bob. Loretta of Pennsylvania. Yes, Loretta.
Loretta.
Yes, Loretta.
Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan's nothing but a spoiled little bitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, we heard that they started from, Nancy didn't have a bunch of money and stuff. Her parents were together, but she didn't have she had support, support.
She's still a spoiled little bitch. She was, back right after the Olympics, she had left and didn't do the closing ceremony, and she was supposed to be in Disney World on a float for one of their parades. And I had one of the analog big dish satellites at the time, and they had one of those raw feeds.
Yeah.
She's sitting there in the float with those little kids, on something that she most likely, she obviously got a lot of FaceTime for it, but she probably got paid. Who knew what she got free? And she's sitting there whining and crying about how stupid this is. This is just dumb. And I mean, just...
She was saying it was dumb to be on the Disneyland float with the little kids. Well, I'm now a Tanya Harding person. That's what I am. Now, you know what? These two that just came in, this woman has, some sort of dish feed that she found. I mean, these people need some help, Christina and Steve. When you go over there, you need to maybe, get a few more things going.
Yeah, well, I actually already have. Do you remember the artist that did the Be a Day? He drew watercolored a picture of you in your scene from Golden Girls, Mike Dennison.
Yes.
He's going to be contributing. I just contacted him. He's going to be contributing some artwork for their museum also. So it's like a
Hey,
Jay
what
Thomas
about
show
the guy
fan
that we
club in
went
there.
to that does all of his art in blood, his own blood?
That's a good idea. Or the guy that paints with his foreskin.
Oh yes, that would be even better. The guy that paints. Yeah, they need the thought processes that you are just learning, Steve, but Christina already has from being around me. Mr. 20. When I come to work, I'm the 28th best announcer in America. That's how I think of myself.
Absorb him.
Loretta, thank you very much, Loretta. Would you go to a museum like that if you were in Brooklyn?
No, I gave up on figure skating back when all that mess happened. It was like, okay, this is too much.
No, but I mean, would you go into a private home and have a Diet Coke and
No, not likely.
meet a gay guy and a really sweet little comedian woman?
Only if they
No.
gave free shows, free comedy shows. That might be a draw.
Oh, you don't only do it if there was some comedy that went on in the back
That's
room.
right, yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Laura. Thank you. Let's go now to that
Jay.
mail. Yes, what is it?
I want to say a big hello to Tom and Jim from Long Island.
What are they doing? How'd you meet them?
Well, I met them the other day on your show last Monday.
The guys who helped them.
You met Tom? Who,
Yes.
oh, they help with the phone bill. Oh,
Yes,
right.
they did.
You know, of course, I've forgotten them.
hello to
I don't remember anybody. That's right. You and by the way, we've had so many emails at jthomasshow at Gmail saying how compelling, what compelling radio. Somebody said, could you please have Steve and Christina follow Ara when he buys shoes? That's what they like to do.
Maybe
next.
they should.
Yeah. Goes and buys those comfortable shoes. Let's go to that very mailman who was on Cheers. Yes, have you been hearing the people call me up and say about the mailman suit?
Hey there, Jay.
Yeah. Johnny?
Yeah, it's a well-known fact that Nancy Kerrigan used to eat an apple through a chain-link fence. That's a true story. Hey there, I'd like to say one thing if I could.
What? Sure. Go ahead.
I'm a little tired of everybody, saying that you played the mailman on Cheers.
Yeah, I was the
Everybody
hockey.
it's really, everybody knows you played Carla. Hello.
Is that what the next one ought to be? Hey, what did you do with your waitress outfit? That would be the next one, the next joke.
Well, that wasn't really all that funny.
No, it wasn't. But you see, I wasn't trying to be funny. I was trying to give them another thing.
You're giving him some more ammunition?
I'm giving them ammunition to bother me. Yeah, that's what I'm ruining my own show for myself. What do you think of that?
That's a great idea. Hey, listen.
What?
Nothing. I've got to go and get America working again.
That's right. I forgot you're into that. Thank you, John Ratzenberger. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Joe, who's in Minneapolis.
How you doing,
boy,
Joe?
I don't know how many other radio shows are going to have the two people on who have the museum to Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding, but I think we've got this ball rolling. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Jay, I fucked that Nancy chick. I fucked her so hard I broke her other kneecap.
All right, would you run the sound of Joe from Minneapolis fucking Nancy Kerrigan, please? Do we have the? Why would I fuck him? Why?
Hard black stick.
Do you have a big black stick on you, Joe? Do you have a? Is that what?
No, I'm a white man. I'm a white guy.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. You see, I don't just go by your voice or anything, you know. Hey, Bob, on line one. Yes, Bob, go ahead. The Jay Thomas Show.
How you doing, Bob?
Hi, Bob.
Hello.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Yeah.
I understand you are a conduit of mercy and a genius once again with your interview.
Yes.
Nancy Kerrigan was a home wrecker shortly
What?
after the Olympics. This
Yeah.
guy who was her coach, who was happily married with some kids, Nancy, the little white princess, broke up that family and married him. So she
Christina, I mean, I hope this scandalous stuff is on the walls of this apartment
I will
when you
do a
get
full
there.
report for you, Jay.
Please write all this down because this is a lot. There must be some headline. Is she married to him right now? She's still married to the guy?
I don't know. This was shortly after the Olympics when she was in Disney and everything.
Now, you know, you called her a homewrecker, but let's really look at it, Bob. How do you know that this guy wasn't in some relationship and married and it was the wrong woman for him? And Nancy wasn't just a wonderful person that he felt as though he had more of a future with. I mean, why does she have to be a homewrecker? You know?
That's true. The only thing I was
Yeah.
also wondering is why did your waitress outfit weigh 55 pounds?
All right, get rid of him. You know what I've done? I've orchestrated my own demise. That's what I've done. It's like when my kid came home and was cursing my wife and I out, comes home from college, cursing us out, saying all kind of horrible shit, and I'm sitting in the room and I'm looking out of the window and there's his car that I bought for him. He's about to go downstairs to the room that I've, built. He's got, the computer that I paid for, and he's just come home from the university that I'm paying for. And it hit me, ding, like ding, like when Tinkerbell, whatever, ding, whatever when Tinkerbell did, ding. And I said to him, I went, you know what? I agree with you. We are both assholes. We're both complete assholes. But I tell you what's going to happen here. You look like you hate our guts. I am no longer going to finance our misery. And he said, what? I said, yeah, I mean, I have made you. I have established my own instrument of misery. You're my offspring. I have financed you. I have given you food. I've given you drink, put you in college, helped you along. And so you're out of here. I am not going to finance my own misery. I've just done it again to myself. I've orchestrated my own demise. I've given these assholes another horrifying thing to say to me. Okay? That's who I am. That's who I am. That's how I beat myself up. Okay? All right. Well, I'm not going anywhere. Okay? I'm staying right here. No matter how much you pile on me, okay?
You love him and you know it. If you didn't, you'd be listening to another channel. It's the Jay Thomas Show on Sirius XM Indeed.
I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but I do think that there are really evil governments out there. And what's funny about us is, and I've said it before, we absolutely can't pick a winner. I mean, we had just said how safe and how the battle for against ISIS and terrorism and all, we were really in Yemen, and we had this the president, the guy named, I guess, Hadi or whatever was the president, and we're saying all this kind of stuff, how great he was and everything else. Another guy named Houthi, Houthi, he raises up an army, and they've thrown Hadi and all of the people we backed, they're gone. They're gone. They're already gone. We backed another loser. And I think Iran is backing the Houthis or whatever. And I mean, every time you turn around, it's another fucking loser that we back. And I think deep down inside, we really do try, and we think we're doing good or whatever. And we'd stopped the drone attacks for a while because they said they were killing, men, women, and children, And as soon as the drone attacks stopped, these rebels were able to overrun the capital of Yemen and drive out our backed president guy, right? Always, every time Cuba, we could never throw Castro out. We had the strongest Navy, Army, Air Force, everything, 90 miles away. Never able to throw him out. Never. Couldn't do it. Couldn't figure it out. Still can't. Anybody we back down in South America, yeah, we lose. The Middle East, no one. So now let's look at China for a second. We owe them some huge amount of money, $1 trillion or something crazy. And we trade with them to the point where we don't have any jobs. Everybody's talking about jobs and all that. You can blame this on Clinton or all of them. They just said, oh, well, we can open the borders, and you can make cheap shit down in Mexico, and you can make cheap shit in China if you want to. It's fine. Go ahead. Well, the Japanese used to cut down trees in the Great Northwest, and they wouldn't mill them when they cut them down. They'd put them on these giant tankers, and they'd mill them on the way back to Japan. And they'd take them back to Japan and finish them or whatever, and then they'd sell them back to us. That's that industry right there. Steel is gone. It's in China. Everything. It's unbelievable. It didn't have to be. Didn't have to be. And so now, this guy was mentioning Whole Foods. And I have heard, and we'll have to check it out, that one of their brands, 360, which is their store brand, which is a little cheaper than the other, $9 for a head of lettuce shit that they sell, and they're sending that stuff over to China. And the Chinese are cooking it, or I don't know what, packaging it, or doing something to it over there. and then it's being sent back to us. So perhaps it comes organic from here, but it's sent back over there. Now, they've already sent poisonous dog food, and they have sent drywall that I know a lot of people that listen to me that are in the construction business know this is true. And after Katrina, it was really terrible. This drywall was so toxic that it ate through any kind of electrical, telephone, or cable wires that were put in contact with it, and it poisoned people after the, after the horrible event when they were trying to put fresh drywall up. And yes, it was a little bit cheaper. And there's a huge billion-dollar lawsuit against them right now for the entire United States. And so, and then now this food is coming over, and then the Lumber Liquidators buys some sort of processed wood from China, and it has formaldehyde in it. And their stock has gone to shit, and they're having trouble selling it. We went in the other day to buy some flooring, and it said on it, this flooring can cause cancer, and it's from China, right? And now the food. If I was a Chinese person and I'm running the thing, I would say, look, let's subtly poison these assholes. Fuck with their food. Fuck with their dog food. Put the worst shit you could put in the drywall. Where's it going? To the United States? Who gives a fuck what's in it? Do you care if you heard that all of the shit that you flushed down the toilet ended up in Beijing? Do you care? I don't. I wish that there was a pipeline, a sewer pipeline, that just sucked all of the shit and the crap and everything and just put it right into China. Because they live in a shithole anyway. Nothing's going to kill them. Nothing. Nothing's going to kill. Look at them. 2 billion of them. We can't stop having children. And I think they are systematically, and it's okay with them if they poison us. And we're idiots. We're complete fucking idiots. I wish I would never run for office and never could. But I sure wish I could, write for somebody or something. Because these are really, really bad guys. The Chinese are really, really bad. And it's so weird that we act like that they're fucking okay. They're not the delivery boy. By the way, when's the last time somebody in a Chinese restaurant has really been nice to you? What do you want? What do you want? Like that. Like, well, what the fuck? I'd like the whatever the fuck. Why? What do you want? It's like, some are nice, but there's a ton of them that aren't. Try to stop and have a conversation, Christina, with your delivery boy for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, they don't want anything to do with you.
Nothing to do with you.
No.
Nothing. And they go back to wherever it is, Chinatown or whatever. I don't eat takeout Chinese. None of it. And I don't eat anything or buy anything, and it's hard made in China. It's very difficult, really hard to do. And I will never eat any food that's processed over there, or feed a cat or a dog or anything, or buy any drywall or a tile or anything made in China. These are dangerous, murderous communist guys. They're bad. It's not because they're communists. They're just evil. They're evil. And they fucking hate us. They hate our guts. They're putting together one of the largest navies in the world. And if we give them any shit over Japan or over Taiwan, they're going to blow us out of the fucking water. All this Middle East shit, trust me, China's the biggest enemy we have. Because while we're worried about all that, who do you think's supplying them over there? The Chinese have given billions of dollars to Africans and are getting oil and everything out of there. There's not one Chinese troop anywhere outside of China that I know of. Think about that. Not one fucking troop. What have they lost? There's no ship off the coast of China running a Chinese flag. Well, then why aren't we like that? That's what I don't get. That's what I don't. So get a bunch of missiles and point them at the border, God forbid, in case one of Ted Cruz's enemies comes to get us, But the Chinese thing is really dangerous. Really is. So anyway, that's my little thing right there. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, okay, Kelly.
Sit down, everybody. Sit down.
Yeah, please sit down. Let's go to Coco of Houston. Yes, Coco. Jay Thomas here. Yes, go ahead. Are you sitting down? Did you stand for a second or two, or how did it go back at home? Coco?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Coco. What can we do for you?
Hi, I was calling because wanted to comment about that. We're outsourcing to China jobs and everything.
Are you worried? Are you worried that they're poisoning us? Like if you were a Chinese
you know
person.
what? I am.
What?
Yes, I am. I'm.
You know what I think? Have you ever had chicken broth? That chicken broth, that's in a kind of a box. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they send anything over there and it's chicken broth that they urinate in it.
I won't doubt it. Well, they're sending our chicken out there to China to get it processed and then sending it back. But they're not stamping it that it's from China. They're saying that it's from here.
So you know this to be true. I didn't know if it was true or not.
No, it is true. Actually, I have an article. I can't recall exactly the name. But, yes, it's true. I mean, they had it on the news, and I even got emails for us to, to stop it, blah, blah. But, no, it's getting sent over there. So we never know, like, anywhere you want to eat chicken, they might be from China, unless you buy organic. And if it's a good place where, that they
You think the Chinese ever go to the bathroom and then, there's no toilets, they just squat in a hole, and they don't wash their hands, and then they put our chicken together, Coco?
Right, yeah, exactly. And then just like our rice as well, we had some, reports about
rice. You know what they put in rice? They blow big Chinese boogers in the rice. That's right.
Only the pork fried rice, though.
Pork fried
Never
rice.
the
They
white
blow
rice.
boogers in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. Our food and everything is.
It is horrible.
China,
Do you have a little garden? Do you have a little garden in your backyard? What they used to call a freedom garden. Something to keep you free from having to deal with the enemy.
From all the garbage, I know. I need to grow my own fruit and vegetables and everything else, I guess.
Well, hold on a minute. Keep Coco there. She's in Houston. Let's go to Damon of Texas. Damon, how do we stop these Chinese from messing with our food?
You are right about the Middle East thing. We don't need to worry. We shouldn't worry about that. Then we should worry about the Chinese getting with the North Koreans and invading us. But I wanted to tell you, the only Chinese food I eat is when I see Mexicans cooking it.
All right.
That's right, all the time. That's it.
Coco, and could you please applaud? He does a fabulous thing. Only eat Chinese food.
I didn't realize that.
Cooked by Mexicans. Would somebody send me a bell, please? Somebody send me that little ding, 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 ding bell. It's the little one that they have at the hotel.
That's the best Chinese food made, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Do they ever mix the two cultures? Do they ever have like a stir-fried burrito? They ever do that?
Like a restaurant called Jose and Wong's? No, I've never seen nothing like that.
Right. Coco, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, what's the favorite thing? What do you love to eat the most?
I sometimes eat the fried rice. It's about the only thing.
Fried rice. That might have the That might have the boogers in it.
Right. Yeah.
You think you'll ever be able to take a fork? Hey, by the way, Coco, do you know how to use chopsticks?
No, I do not.
Oh, Damon, do you know how to use chopsticks? You know how to use chopsticks?
Yeah, I know how to use chopsticks, but I'm going to say, Coco, you got to see who's cooking the food first.
Yeah.
Exactly, I know. And most of them are Mexican cooks, yeah.
Exactly.
Do you speak Spanish, Coco?
I do. I'm Mexican.
Can you shout out for me so I can hear it? Just say in Spanish, I hope it's Mexicans cooking my Chinese. Would you say that for me?
Ojalá que sean mexicanos que están cocinando mi comida.
Ojalá, ojalá.
Ojalá,
¿verdad?
You're not saying anything about Allah, are you, Damon? You were saying something in Spanish, I hope.
No, ojalá
you guys are great. Wow. Well, hola, ¿qué tal? And de donde albóndigas?
Albóndigas.
Albóndigas, you like albóndigas, Jay?
Yes, I love albóndigas.
You love those things?
Super de albóndigas, señor.
That's the best stuff.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buen día. Más música. Damon and Coco, thank you so much. I'll see you later.
All right, Jay.
Hasta luego.
Thank you.
Hasta luego.
Bye.
Hasta luego, Coco. That guy Greg from L.A. must be so confused right now. Is it political? Is it comedic? Is it sexual? Is it Hispanic? Is it Chinese? What is it?
Yes.
Will of Dayton.
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, I was just in the truck stop, and they were playing your show over the speaker in there.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, no, seriously. Well, I guess where they have the Sirius display is where
Wait
it
a
was
second.
playing.
Wait a second. If they're playing it in a store, we say kind of bad stuff sometimes.
That kind of thing never occurred to me, that we could be in a store.
I guess in the little section where they have the Sirius, I guess maybe you can hear it more over in that corner.
What town is it? What highway is it? What store is it?
Off I-75, just north of Dayton, Ohio.
I-75 north of Dayton. And what exit is it?
Shoot. I forget. The Huber Heights exit.
Huber Heights. Well, I want to thank the
Flying
store
J.
owners for having the Jay Thomas Show on in the store. And if you guys will tell me when you have me on really loudly, I'll do a whole different show. I won't do...
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, there's a group of us down there listening to it, and this guy's like, well, who is he? That's well, he was the mailman from Cheers.
You're an...
Oh, that one got you.
He did. He got me. You know, I did hear myself on a replay once in a store, and I said about 5 words, and the manager ran and switched the channel as fast as you've ever seen a human being to some music or something. You know. So I don't think they play us in a store. I don't think so.
Yeah, but if it's out there, somebody could always change the dial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
If they're playing it like a little display. Let's go to Matt, who's in Missouri. Yes, Matt. Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Jay, you're right about the Chinese. They've been, for years, putting PP in our Coke.
They've been pissing in our Coca-Cola.
Yeah, me Chinese, me play joke, me make PP in your Coke. Very good.
Thank you very much, Matt of California. Thank you. And this is for you, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's for you.
My Chinese roommate used to sing that to me all the time.
That's
no
for
joke.
you.
Let's go to Russ, who's in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. Yes, go ahead, Russ.
Hey, how's it going? I called to talk earlier, settle the debate on the gentleman who was confused of his sexuality.
Yeah, what the guy was saying was, he says you're born gay or straight, and he was asking a question which a lot of people ask about bisexuality, and he mentioned Kevin Meaney and other men and women who've had relationships with same-sex partners, and then they've have been with opposite sex, then they've become gay or whatever. But the mayor of New York's wife was an announced lesbian, and now she's married with 2 kids to the mayor of New York. They always don't they say that about her, Christina? They don't say did they say bisexual? Did they say? I read once they said lesbian. She was a lesbian until she met De Blasio. Yeah, lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a weird
former
that's
lesbian. They say
former lesbian. So she gave it up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I wonder if it was
I wonder how many handy wipes. I wonder how many handy
quit
wipes
smoking.
it takes to keep wiping your lips to get the stench off of them. I wonder how long that takes.
I had you on while I was on hold. I had my phone in my pocket. I'm walking through Tractor Supply, and I got yelled at because you said something, like we usually talk about. And this lady's like, "What? Who are you talking to? Who's using those words?" So I had to hang
really?
up and call back.
What supply store was it?
Tractor Supply. It's like they
Tractor
sell, like,
Supply.
Tractor
What town is
Supply,
Tractor Supply? What town is that?
That's it. Well, I'm in Pittsburgh, Bell Vernon. They're like all over the Pennsylvania area, Pennsylvania, Ohio.
Okay.
They have like stuff like dog food and like it's kind of like a miniature.
not Chinese.
What? The
Hope it's
Tractor
not-
Supply has dog food?
Yeah. So, Bob,
Yes.
what
Oh,
did you want to say about that guy and his
pet care
sexuality?
tools.
What did you
Well,
want to say?
I was going to just settle the debate because I caught the end of it, and he was confused whether if he fillets a man, whether he's gay or not. You know what? It sounded to me like he's definitely tuned more than 1 or 2 meat flutes in his day. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. He's filleted. He's filleted a man or 2.
Yeah. But then you start talking about lumber liquidators, and I just had to go there today because they were offering a test kit that you could.
Did you have see the signs on the flooring? Some of the flooring that says
I didn't see
causes
them on-
cancer.
I kept my box. I just put that in my new house last year, and I went up to get the stickers weren't on my box, but the guy said, he goes, yeah, you could get the test kit. We'll give you a test kit, but then you have to question, okay, if they're giving you the kit, what are the chances it's going to say it's bad? You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you what it is. That's another huge lawsuit, and what's funny is it's not an accident. They are putting arsenic in certain foods, and they're also putting formaldehyde in stuff, and it's not an accident. And you know, I know it's really weird, and they know not to make it with this, and they've actually killed people. You know, they put people to death over there, and when they screw up. And so here we go again. It happens about, you know, it seems like it happens once a year. Something weird, you know.
Then
how about all the China that you eat off of? That always is weird to me. Always. What's the glaze on it? What's the, you know? I think it's dangerous as hell. Yeah. So.
Well, they told me that they said there was only 3 different kinds of flooring that was bad, that was made from China.
Well, I bought that flooring and put it in my mother-in-law's apartment.
Okay. Well.
And I just had to rip. Okay. I had to rip the little stickers off of each tile when I laid it.
Right. She'll never know.
Yeah. She came in, and after 3 weeks, she called my wife and said, "I'm feeling weak. I don't know what's the matter with me."
And would you tell her just to lay down on the floor?
No, it's like the movies when you the guy slowly poisons his wife in the movies, right? That's what the Chinese are doing to us. I mean,
there's no doubt about it. Yeah,
cancer is the highest it's ever been. Brain tumors, multiple sclerosis. We have incredible
you always see
diseases
them with masks on, and you wonder, what do they know that I don't know?
When
now
we're in
we
a
know.
plane, what is that about? What
plane
are they?
Anywhere? I see them all over the streets.
What is that about? The fuck?
And we're worried about the Middle East just because of the deals that have been brokered by our leaders.
Hold on a minute. You're Bob from Pennsylvania?
No, I'm Russ from Pittsburgh.
Oh, you're Russ from Pittsburgh.
Right.
Oh, your thing got screwed up. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't think you were Bob. You're Russ. Well, Russ, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, you bet. Have a good one.
Yeah. I mean, really, Steve, how many guys call up and have a question about how many penile implants do you need to be gay? You know what I'm saying?
Here? Rare.
Yeah, very rare. Daniel in California. Yes, Daniel.
Hey, Jay, how's it going? So,
good, thank you.
You're so worried about China invading us, right?
No, they have no interest in that. None.
No. But
they're gonna make sure we can't go into the Sea of Japan or the Sea of China. No, they'll never invade us ever. No.
Well, simply listen. They just built their first aircraft carrier, their very first one, and they're incapable of using it. It's not even in service.
I'm telling you, you're dead wrong.
They're so fucking worried about China, invading us.
No, they're going to take over that part of the world. They are. It's going to happen. And I think you're wrong about that. I think they're building a huge Navy. Huge.
Get rid of them.
All right. See you later. Guys my age. One day, his children will be speaking Mandarin. And for snacks, they'll have those little orange pieces at school. Steve. It was like somebody was inserting something in you. That was an insertion sound. Ooh. Let's go to Frank of Pennsylvania. Frank, where's the worst Chinese food you've ever eaten? Where is it located?
I never eat Chinese food.
You really don't?
I never had it. I might have tried it a little bit, but I just don't. And that's what I was calling you about, the Mexicans making it.
Yeah.
I was in Clearwater this past couple weeks, and I went into a restaurant and got done eating, walked into the men's room, and I heard this unraveling of the toilet paper. A guy was in the stall. we must have unrolled like 30 feet in toilet paper, it sounded.
Hold on a second. I hope you're not listening at whatever truck stop or whatever.
Well,
because here we go.
What I wanted to say was when the guy came
Yeah.
out, he was a Mexican with an apron on, never washed his hands, and walked right back into the kitchen.
Wow. Okay. There you go. Well, you
So,
think that the Mexicans are trying to kill us by not washing their hands?
Well, I think we just demean ourselves all the way down to about the toilet level in this country. So
We have, Frank. Well, thank you, Frank. Frank of Pennsylvania. Thanks for bringing
people
us
here
up.
that don't wash their hands.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
it's not even. It's
We've
not
got a
just,
brown and a yellow list here.
Well, I wash my hands many times a day, and I thought I was OCD, but I really don't get a lot of colds. I don't get a lot of. I get the big stuff, but I don't. I don't get any little thing. I'm not a big sniffler. I mean, how many times have I had called in really sick, Christina? Not. Except for 7 months about 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Other
no.
than that, so I do 7 weeks. I actually do. I do illnesses. I do big illnesses every 4 or 5 years. I do the big illness. Let's go to Andrew of Ontario. Yes, Andrew. Ontario, California, or Canada?
Ontario, Canada. Jay,
Yes,
we're
sir.
not as fortunate to have the weather that California gets, but
90 degrees here today in Los Angeles. It'll be over 100 in the valley.
100 in the valley. Couldn't handle it.
It's a dry heat. It's a dry heat.
You get used to it, do you?
It's a dry heat.
That's my
You're by
favorite
the
thing
pool.
that they say.
You don't feel it. You don't
fucking
feel
100
it.
degrees.
And you
It's a-
find out,
right
what
now,
did that
guys.
guy say, that guy Greg? He said you have to find out who you really are inside or whatever. Yeah, you sit in a dry heat and find out who you really are by the pool.
Fantastic. Jay, I'm calling to talk to you about, I've had that theory that you have for years that we're getting poisoned. We have been getting poisoned for years. One of the biggest contributors to me of that poison that perpetuates that, North America-wise, is Mr. Walton from, Arkansas, I think it is?
Now, you know what? I can't say anything about anybody because I don't know what they get from China or what they don't.
All you have to do is walk through the store.
Yes, I
Right?
understand
so,
that.
we'll
It's
say
the food.
allegedly.
It's the-
Allegedly, Mr. Walton. How's
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Is that better?
And all of them, and it's cheap and everything else.
Yeah,
and but wait a second. Walmart has a big announcement thing that they're going to spend like in the billions of dollars to only buy manufactured stuff in the United States. Have you
I
seen
saw
that?
Yep. Yeah, I did see that.
Well, you
And
don't believe that?
Well, I mean, I believe it when I see it. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Well,
to,
they show pictures of people building things and making boxes with nails.
I can send you pictures of people building things right now, Jay. It doesn't mean it's true.
Okay.
It's a tough deal.
And by the way, they are paying a lot more, maybe more than half more if you build it in the United States. And when you go and like me too, I don't want, when's the last time you spent more than $20 for running shoes?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, right. Maybe 40, maybe 50.
Sure.
I don't know who buys those stupid, $190 Sean John shoes or whatever.
Well, yeah,
what's
you
funny?
do. Yeah, you do, but
Well,
you can't say
let
it
me
on the
tell you
radio.
what I would like to do. I would tell you what I would like to do. I would like to go with another white guy, and I would like to go into a ghetto neighborhood and rob from every gang member their tennis shoes. I think that would be a great movie or a great story. And you just relieve them of their fucking tennis shoes. And what's funny is, as a white guy, I could steal probably 100 pair of them. I wouldn't even know where to sell them. I'd just give them away because nobody I know would ever pay $150.
When you do that, you build a closet in your house, don't you? When you got 300 pair of tennis shoes, don't you
That's
build a closet
true.
and
You have
never
to
wear
have
them?
that.
I don't think you'd even make it to selling them because, God, your ass.
Oh, no,
is
I'd be heavily
so
armed.
beat.
No, I would be heavily armed.
Heavily armed. Huh?
Yeah. All right.
Good
Thank
deal.
you,
Thanks,
Andrew.
guys.
You
Good
know what
talking
I
to
would do? I would go in, surround the gang members. They'd be yelling and screaming. People would be videoing it. And I would say, everyone take your shoes off. And I'd have my minions go and put them into trash bags. And then I would get into these black trucks with black windows and just drive away. And leave the gang members in their stocking feet. That's it. That would really embarrass them. No applause for that. That doesn't.
Absolutely not.
Well,
that's all you got.
That's all I have. Bob of Pennsylvania. By the way, Sandra Bernhardt is on the way.
Hey, Jay, I'd like to say to Greg in California, this isn't a show about nothing. It's a show about everything.
That's exactly right. Peanut shells, peanut coverings, Chinese food, all of it. Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much. Let's go to Bill of West Virginia. Can you guys beat Kentucky? Man, oh, man. It would be unbelievable if you guys beat Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Because I love your coach, Huggins. I like the way he's interviewed. They go, can you do it? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be hard. What's your plan? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I mean, it was unbelievable. He's like Bill Belichick. And your underdogs, you know what? I think you're underdogs by 13. Man, and they have 4 6'10" scholar athletes at Kentucky going against you. Wow. Good luck.
That's right.
Good luck. I'll be watching that game.
That's right. Well, it's called just talking about the Chinese. There's a big controversy this weekend. NASCAR goes to Martinsville Speedway in Virginia. And, one of the big traditions there is the Martinsville hot dog, which has been for the last 50-some years manufactured by the Jesse Jones Company, which is Raleigh, North Carolina.
Sure.
And this year, the NASCAR has decided to go to a Smithfield hot dog, which is owned by Shanghai Foods in China.
Unbelievable. I wouldn't eat a fucking hot dog made in China. I mean, the ones in the United States, many people say are made from floor scraps and a lot of stuff like that. But I would trust somebody from Raleigh, North Carolina, 1,000 times more than I would trust some scumbag making my hot dog. I wouldn't be surprised if those hot dog. I mean, somebody ought to take one of them in and find out what's in it, because it's scary. And I know nothing about the Smithfield hot dog. I know absolutely nothing. It might be absolutely delicious and absolutely perfect to eat. I don't know. The group of individuals that you're allowing to make it scare me. That group scares me. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, look, Chinese food, when you generally eat it, is kind of weird anyway on the low end. It really is. I mean, when you eat the Chinese, sweet and sour pork, it always tastes kind of weird to me, gummy to me,
Right.
Yeah. There we go.
But there's a big rush.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
No,